Good evening, Dice Roll fans. Welcome back.
You missed us, didn't you? I know it.
Welcome back to Diceolation, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. My name is Tom, and I will be your Dungeon Master for this evening. We're back after our Christmas and New Year's break. It's a new year, new lockdown, and we're here with a brand new campaign, a new cast of characters who we will meet very shortly. So last time, our adventurers dove headfirst into the dimensional tear brought about by the Yugoloth invasion of Waterdeep. Through their efforts, they collapsed the portal connecting the two worlds, sending the city, the Infernal Realm, and themselves to an uncertain fate. Whilst this chaos carries on, there are other worlds and other stories to tell. Tonight's adventure takes us to the world of Eberron and the city of Sharn, also known as the City of Towers. Sharn is the largest city in the nation of Corvair, home to roughly 500,000 permanent residents and some tens of thousands of tourists, refugees, spies, merchants and other folk passing through every day. The population is mostly human and dwarf, with a significant blend of many of the other races found in this region. The city itself is made up of several quarters, each divided into an upper, middle and lower ward, with each ward made up of a number of districts. At the central hub of each quarter, towards the middle of the city, are clusters of enormous towers, with webs of bridges and platforms connecting many of the vast spires, with smaller turrets sprouting away from the cores. We begin at the city's main airship dock, located in the highest towers district of the upper central ward. An orange glow covers the top of Lyrandar Tower as the sun sinks in the sky. Above, the great airships of House Lyrandar float like leviathans surrounded by brilliant rings of elemental energy. Below, bridges crisscross at all levels of the city, connecting Sharn's great towers. The sounds of crying children, barking vendors, cursing skycoach drivers, and braying hippogriffs rise up to become a unique din that can only be heard in the City of Towers. Each of you carries a letter from your acquaintance, Sergeant Germaine Vilroy of the Sharn Watch, that reads, "I'm calling on you for a job. I can't write the details, but it pays well and requires your skills. Meet me at the airship dock on top of Lyrandar Tower. Come armed." First to approach the landing platform is a warforged with an elven monk in tow. Mick and Heiman, would you please introduce yourselves?
Hi there. I'm James Belgarian Harper, and I'll be playing Michael Bedrock the Digger, the Warforged Storm Sorcerer.
Okay. And I'm Shawbaw. I'll be playing Heiman Phoenix, the Valnar Wood Elf Monk.
Next to arrive are a human and a gnome, deep in reminiscent conversation with one another. Kallus and Notad, will you please make yourselves known?
After you.
She's...
Oh, she's muted. You muted.
You first then.
It's like we're back again already, like straight back into old habits.
It's like we never left.
Oh, we need to go on.
Welcome to 2021. You're still
It's like every site call at every workplace in 2020.
God. I'm playing as Notad Dwarf, Decivis. I am a male mark of scribing gnome warlock.
And I am Oakley, playing as Kallus Lanick, the human war mage.
Finally, making their way up through the shadows is a shifter, a humanoid with lightly bestial features. Mick, if you'd like to introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I am Badger. I am playing Mick Dagger, the shifter, swift stride assassin rogue.
Doesn't get old, that does it?
Really doesn't.
Mick Dagger.
Need the music every time he says it.
So, as you all gather at the top of the tower, darkness begins to descend on the city. As you look around, you can see windows lighting up the towers around you from bottom to top. A cool wind whisks between you, drowning out the other noises of the city. A nearby lift rises, carrying a human in her mid-30s with close-cropped black hair and a glowing pipe in her mouth. Germaine gives you a wry smile as she nods to you all, saying, "Thanks for coming."
Like we had a choice.
Well,
Is it really bad? I assume Jermaine was a man.
no, that's just your own prejudices. You'll have to go away and assess.
You say that to her. I'd like to think you say that to her. Ah, you're a woman.
Oh,
They do those
lovely
now.
to meet you, Sergeant Vilroy. However, I'm still confused over the come armed. I have arms, but I still don't understand.
Oh, God,
Well, looking at your
again.
companions, I see that at least the rest of them understood the meaning of my notes.
Well, yes, they have arms too.
I'll be brief. I have an appointment to meet with a warforged named Cole, who claims to have knowledge of a crime being committed in Old Sharn, the ruins beneath the city. I would like for you to meet with Cole first and see if what she says adds up. I'm slightly concerned that my status as a watch sergeant and may cause undue attention and endanger Cole, who has up until now been a reliable-ish informant. As I said in my note, I would be willing to pay you. I can offer the sum of 25 gold to each of you now, and another 50 gold if you can bring Cole in.
I'm in. Sign me up.
Not to worry, I'll bring Cole back. Is
Does she have to
Cole
Be alive?
like me?
Beat me to it.
Cole is a warforged who, as far as I'm aware, suffered some injury during the last war. You should be able to recognise her. She has black armour and is missing one arm.
So she's not well armed.
She would be half-armed.
Inspiration.
No,
Oh,
just no.
Just pipe up with me, sat there picking me fingers, with a dagger. Has to be alive, or?
I
No.
mean,
A warforged
ideally,
ever really alive?
Are we ever really truly alive, Mr. Dagger?
So then, if they're back dead, it doesn't matter, right? Okay.
all I require is for you to bring Cole in. Alive or dead is something that I can deal with the consequences of afterwards. Now,
London.
Okay.
as far as I was made aware, Cole is currently laying low in a bar known as the Cog Carnival in the High Walls district.
I know the place
Cog
well.
Carnival in the
Yeah.
In the
What was that,
High
sorry?
Walls district.
High Walls district. Thank you.
You
Now,
got a map of?
in order
No, I
to aid you about this, I am willing to
reckon
present
he's
you
got-
with this writ, and they produce a small folded piece of parchment. This will authorise the bearers to conduct official duties on behalf of the Watch under my authority. And as long as you don't engage in any flagrantly illegal activity, the Guard would be willing to offer your support on production of this writ.
Like I would ever.
That's a very broad term. How flagrant are we talking here?
If you obviously break the law in front of a guard, they may not be willing to look the other way. Just
What if
takes
we
a
blindfold them? Would that
Watch
work?
out for guards.
Would that suffice?
sort of sighs and takes a draw on the pipe.
Or just blind them.
I have a very busy evening. Here is the gold. She presents each of you with a pouch containing 25 gold pieces.
Score. I didn't
Which one
say
of you can be trusted with this? She waves the writ in the air.
I'll take that.
Ah, well, I don't have any pockets. Oh, Mr. Dagger, splendid.
Is
Mick,
this what we can expect for the rest of spell?
can I trust you with this note?
Of course.
Don't make me regret my decision. And she hands
Like
the
I
note
would
over
use
to
it for
you.
anything else than what you told me to.
With the greatest of respect, we don't know you other than by name. Why us? Or why me, specifically?
Yeah, what? Yeah, how did you get us as a group?
You have both
Some
your
might
arms.
consider
Cole only
this to
has the
be
one. It seems like a no-brainer to me.
Entrapment, some kind of sting, something you can pin on
Suspicious.
us.
Well, I'll be honest, you two,
I have
she points at Kallus and Notad. I remember your skills from the Wizards Fight Club that you decided to enroll in some months back.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I can
Yes,
neither confirm
that
nor
is-
deny any of this.
Mick here,
Oh yeah, me neither.
she just jabs a thumb over towards Mick.
Hmm?
Mick and I go back a while. We've shared a few conversations during
Written a few
his
songs.
overnight stays within the cells, haven't we,
Bumped
Mr.
uglies.
Dagger?
Yes, well, you know.
And as
Would
for
you
our
consider-
Warforged and Elven companions, I must say that
Hello.
Warforged with an elf in service, as opposed to the other way round, certainly caught my attention.
Hmm.
I feel we've tarried long
Insight
enough.
check.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
do I believe him? Joke aside.
Make me an insight check.
Oh. 6.
6.
Yay! First roll of the game.
Feel free to add
Yay.
Feel free to add the plus at the the end.
That was. I rolled a 3.
You can't tell anything.
Okay.
Oh, what a surprise.
Well, you have your details. I'm sure we'll be in touch. She turns, makes her way back to the lift, starts going down. So the Cog Carnival, Michael, you are familiar with this venue. You know that it is it's a Warforged friendly bar, and you reckon you know a shortcut.
I
Oh,
do.
God.
I do know a shortcut. This is right. This is true.
As far as the rest of you are concerned, you know that travelling from where you are on Lyrandar Tower to the Cog Carnival, which is located in Lower Tavik's Landing, would take you roughly 2.5 hours on foot. Now,
Christ,
being
it's
that
massive.
Sharn is quite a magically and technologically advanced city, there are other ways of getting around. You know that House Orion operates a number of land vehicles throughout the city, so you could hire a carriage to get you across there. You also know that House Lyrandar, who operate most of the airships and sky travel, you could get a sky coach to take you there, which would be significantly faster, but more expensive as a result.
How expensive we talking?
Yeah.
I mean, there's on the sort of next tier down from the airship landing spot, you know that there is a sort of sky coach terminal where coaches are pulling in. They're basically flying taxis that look like gondolas with these sort of like underlit elemental stones to carry you through the city.
Would I know how much they are not to go this kind of distance?
Yes, yeah, you'd you've spent enough time in the city. You reckon it's probably not going to cost you more than about 10 silver on that.
Worth it. I'm taking the sky coach.
As he
Yeah, I've
enters
only got
the-
little legs.
As he enters the sky coach, can I try and slink on without paying?
I pay
Oh,
it.
that's a good idea.
If we're going down there, I'm going down.
God damn it! If you're going to pay people's fares, what hope have we got of you killing people?
Oh, I'm not paying
randomly?
his.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
So-
saying
I'm
you were
paying
gonna
for
pay.
Sky coach functions basically like a taxi. as long as it can carry the number of people, it's the same price to get from one place to another.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll hop in Kallus's taxi if he's paying.
It's cost the same. I don't want to draw any attention by trying to scav cheap taxis. I feel like this is partly a trap.
So we don't even question him. We just walk in with him, basically. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I have
Me and Kallus go way
few-
back. It's fine.
I have a few gold. I remember the last time I met up with you. I don't remember
know
a
what you
great
mean.
deal else of it.
I'm
I
just
don't
going to
know what
slink
you
on
mean.
and slide into the corner and just sit there looking like.
So I will point out it is like it's an open topped gondola. There's
Sweet.
nowhere to hide, but you can kind of like try and sneak in, like obscuring the driver's view using other people.
Shotgun top deck.
Yeah.
There's only
Well, I
one.
was
There's
saying-
only one
Top
deck.
deck.
There's just one deck. It is
Damn
just
it.
is like if you imagine like an
Okay.
if you imagine like a Venice gondola but like twice as wide.
Oh,
It's
okay.
that.
I
It's
was
just
picturing like
one
an open top bus.
one kind of like it's just a single decked open topped effectively boat but with fins at the back, and these sort of glowing elemental lights.
All I'm saying
underneath.
is basically not a dwarf, and Kallus have got on, and I've just kind of, as they were getting on, without just sort of trying to slink on and not pay Kallus as well.
You don't- If
I don't care.
Fair enough.
Heiman,
I'm just spending my time eyeing up the Warforged.
I didn't think
Because I
you'd
get the
May?
feeling
argue.
I've seen him before.
I don't think
Is
you'd
it
argue
May
with a
or
guy
Matt?
slinking
What?
in hooded and looking rather suspicious.
Okay. So you've all managed to, in your own ways, board onto the Sky Coach, and it takes you about 15 minutes to get there because it's just a straight zip between the towers through the city to Lower Tavik's Landing. And as you arrive in the district, the stench of body odour and refuse and tobacco mixed together in the streets. The
God.
district gets its name from the high walls that cut its crumbling, vandalised buildings off from the rest of Sharn. Though there are still
You
towers
weren't
that
joking,
rise
Kallus.
over the walls like these huge, imposing sentries. And as you disembark from the Sky Coach, the driver just looks at Kallus and goes, "That'll be 6 silver, please."
Oh,
I hand it over.
that's cheap.
So
Pleasure.
the Sky Coach takes off rather hastily from it. As you stand in the streets, there are a number of people sort of just idling on street corners, pretty much keeping to themselves, but they are eyeing you fairly suspiciously.
I'd turn to Kallus and say, they weren't joking when they called this the refugee slum, were they? 'Cause
Yes, I
this
try
is
to
not
avoid
good.
my time in here. I can never deal with the smell. And I pull like part of my sort of tunic up to cover my nose for a second.
Hmm.
Okay.
Luckily, I don't have much of a sense of smell, so crack on.
Fortunately, mine's quite acute.
You're not going to enjoy this.
Make your own Heiman. What are you guys up to?
I suppose we've just arrived at the bar, haven't we?
Their names together sound great, by
So
the
have
way.
you guys
Yeah.
have you guys gone on
You
the
are.
Sky Coach with them, or have you tried to make your own way there?
We try to use the shortcut. I know our way.
Okay,
I
can you just
followed my
make
master.
me a quick intelligence check, please, Mike?
This is going to be good.
Is that how I'm pronouncing it, Mike?
Mike.
Make?
Yeah.
Mike.
17. Mike. Mike. Yeah.
Okay,
That is a 17.
excellent. So the shortcut you take, you're still taking it by foot, and you reckon to do that will take you about 2 hours. You shave about half an hour off the foot travel.
Wow.
Wonderful. Splendid.
So we got there in,
15
what, 15,
minutes.
20 minutes, was it? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess the other guys aren't coming.
We're like 6 pints deep by the time they get there.
So unless Micah and Heiman are taking any alternate form of travel, you guys have basically got an hour and 45 minutes to suss out where this pub is.
We shall trudge, for that is what we do. We can just walk.
I shall follow my master.
Would
Oh God.
would I actually remember where this is? Or would I have spent any time in here? Because I spend most of my time like university, which is not here.
Yeah, I'm going with I haven't been to here. I've just had a
I'm
quick
guessing
look at it.
possibly with my shady background, I might know where it is.
I would
pretty
say
rough.
of the three of you that have arrived ahead of time, probably Mick is about the only person who may know where this is.
Okay.
Let's
I turn to
say,
him.
yeah.
Meaning no disrespect, you look like the type that'll know his way around here.
He's not here though yet.
I am. I'm on
Oh,
the thing.
Mick,
No,
not Mick.
Mick's with
Mick,
us.
not
Oh,
Mick.
I'm gonna get confused between
Yeah,
Mick and Mike.
Mick and Mike. I'm gonna have to say Mike here,
Oh,
because
God.
otherwise I'm gonna get this mixed up.
Yeah.
For clarity's sake, then, Micah, I'm going to start referring you to by your surname as Bedrock. Just
Okay.
for clarity of audio.
Splendid.
Okay. Bedrock then. Cool.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Mick, you know your way around some of the let's say less affluent areas of the city, and say it probably takes you about an hour or so wandering around. You finally find it,
Oh, it's around here somewhere.
and
Excellent.
you can see the Cog Carnival is not the best kept of venues. It's a very dilapidated building, and the outside walls is sort of like crumbling, plastered over stone, and there's graffiti all over it saying things like "Forged a scrap, leave metalheads." And there is standing on the door. There is a Warforged with what looks like the remains of some sort of military attire on there. But they're just standing next to the door, just eyeing you.
Which
Not
house?
entirely.
How tall are Warforged?
This one's probably
tall,
about
right?
7 foot tall, quite broad. It's clearly built for fighting.
Which,
Okay, can
does he
I-
have house regalia? Sorry.
No, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say which house regalia has he got on, if any?
Make me an investigation check, please.
Excellent. That's a 5.
Okay.
Oh
This is
my
going
God!
swimmingly.
Get you. When's your birthday? I'm gonna get you some new dice.
So the
Getting
light
some
here.
So weighted dice, you might hit double
I
figures.
know. I need to stop using this dice, man.
Yeah.
So the light here is quite smoggy and difficult to see through, and you have to get closer than you're happy to do so, but you can't see any markings on them that would associate them with one of the sort of noble houses of Sharn. You can see that that typically this would be any kind of insignia that would be worn on the arms, and you can see that the top of the arms just below the shoulder appears to be sort of quite badly damaged, or as if something has been like parts have been replaced on there.
Can I walk straight up to him and just sort of like playfully hit him? But it would kind of be, I guess, on the knee based on my height compared to him. It's just sort of like and I just whilst I'm doing, I'm just sort of going, "Hey mate, how you doing?"
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
That's fine. So you walk up and you tap this
Oh, no.
the doorman on the knee, and you just kind of look down, just move the leg out slightly to block your way from getting in, and just goes, "It's 5 copper."
Oh, okay. Wow. I was literally just about to hand him a gold coin. Yeah, fine. I have 5 coppers. Yes. Here you go. Sure, I can't do it for 4.
Nah.
Seriously.
No.
Standard cover
Okay,
charge,
fine.
5 copper. Squishes get injured more easily. Bumps up the insurance premiums.
Yeah, I can understand. Yep, no problem. No doubt. 5 copper it is. Is that? That's for all 3 of us, though. Yeah,
Each.
my friends.
5 copper each.
For all 3. All 3.
5 copper each.
For all 3,
Does-
though.
It's 5 copper
Does the
each.
Swarforge look damaged to something that I could repair?
You can see, other than the sort of shoulder pieces, everything else just appears to be subject to normal like wear and tear. There doesn't appear to be any real significant injuries on them.
Turn to the other 2 and say, guys, it's 5 copper coins each, and I'll pay mine and go in.
So take the 5 copper of you, and just you see them like pop it into like a little slot on the chest.
I hand mine over.
Cool. Same again.
I just
10
ask on the way in, how many of the Sharn watch frequent this establishment?
Not many.
Ooh.
Excellent. And I
Watch
walk
don't
What did
really
you
bother
get into,
down here.
Kallus, when after I left?
That's what I like to hear.
As Kallus is talking to him, can I just try and sneak in?
Yeah, make me a stealth check.
That is a 18.
Ooh.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, you managed to get through the door before they grab you by the back
What
of the
race-
collar
Just
and just sort of just not like it. You can tell this is of no effort for them. They just sort of place you back outside and then just hold their hand out and snap their fingers a couple of times. Like,
Fine, robbing bastard. Pay him and walk in.
are you like sorry? Are you human height?
I was gonna say, what
But
race? What
Mick,
race are you?
Uh,
Arthur?
it's
Are you-
humanoid. Yeah.
So you're like normal sort of
Well, not
humanish height. I'm just
I-
trying to imagine what you are.
quite. My height is 5'6". I'm
Okay.
Oh, it's my height.
Yeah.
My real height, not my height.
Yeah.
We're talking about M's height,
Why are
not
we
no
go-
height.
Why are we banging on about this?
Let me just. I've got a split fucking gold and shit. Nah, 5.
I know,
Okay,
I
yeah.
did that
We,
as
we go
well, so-
inside anyway. I'm gonna head towards the bar.
I removed
Just try
5
and
copper, but
look
my-
inconspicuous, and probably fail.
In the time that we're waiting for Mike and Heiman, I would like to get to know Mick a little bit more and just sort of ask how because he knew the other Warforged, right? Or the one we just met.
He knew
Sergeant
the guard, didn't
Jermaine
he? Jermaine, yeah.
Vilroy.
Female Jermaine.
Yes, female Jermaine.
You say it like that.
There we go. I've removed the 5 copper from my thing. It took a while.
I get an insight check on that.
Yeah. So Mick, how did you know Sergeant Vilroy?
Let's just say I can be a bit of a midnight rambler.
It
I bet
begins.
you are.
It begins.
A man after my own heart, Mick. I am myself what they call a midnight rambler. I am indeed. This is gonna be interesting playing as a male. Like.
so as you walk into the Cog Carnival, do you remember that? Remember we had a plot line?
Mhm.
You can see the majority of the bar is fairly well lit, and there's quite a lot of predominantly Warforged in here, sitting around playing various sort of like card games, dice games at the tables. Behind the bar, you can see another what is clearly intended to be a female Warforged. So they've got a much more.
I'm just picturing it.
Yeah, they've got
Yeah.
compared to the Dorman, they've got a much more gentle jawline going on. The eyes are this sort of almost like pale lavender color. They've got a slightly a more slighter kind of almost, I don't know, curvier figure. The kind of imagine
Bustier.
For
imagine
Those
fuck's sake.
curvy, busty robots.
imagine the
Where am I?
difference.
What is this?
try and think of the aesthetic difference between like an SUV and a sports car. It's that kind of aesthetic difference where it's designed to look a little bit more gentle, like a classic sports car. It's like a
And
more
all I can think
gentle,
of
little
is
bit.
the McGann advert.
Natasha
Yeah.
would understand for this.
So they
Also, is Mick not even there yet?
no, they've got another like 30 minutes before they turn up.
Fuck's sake.
This is all I'm imagining in general.
And we're gonna
Yeah,
play it out in a real 30 minutes.
yeah, it's going to take a real 30 minutes for them to get there.
Oh, come on.
Fucking Angeline from Futurama.
So, as you get in, the Warforged behind the bar turns and sort of eyes you a little bit suspiciously. Like, can I help you?
Yes.
Who was that directed at? Sorry.
Just you as a group.
Just in
So
general.
Mick and Notad and Kallus. She's got
Is
this
this
real
the female Warforged?
yeah. She's got this real look of like kind of confusion and inquisition on her face. If it like the face is designed to be much more expressive. There's quite a lot more sort of little moving panels on there. And so she's kind of like one eye slightly closed, the head slightly tilted. They've got this sort of almost like smirk going on. While the Warforged in the corner burps.
Hello, my beauty. We would like 3 of your finest beers for me and my comrades here.
Cool.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, actually, I need to get more into character. All right, darling.
Hi. Beers, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
Ale?
It,
Lager?
don't take this the wrong way. Are you sure you're in the right place?
Oh,
Yeah.
you fool.
Maybe
I'm just checking because it's not often.
you only serve oil here.
Well, I mean, we keep a couple of drinks on hand for squishies, but we don't normally cater for. I'm just. You just surprised me. That's all. That's fine. She sort of rallies and says, "Three beers, was it?"
Yes, please. We're on a
That's
pub
fine.
crawl, you see. We're just seeing the sights. We're tourists.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the carnival. My name is
Not made of
Smelt.
oil, is it?
No,
Is that
no,
Smelt?
it is Smelt. My name is Smelt. I was formerly an assistant to a blacksmith, and now I set this place up for, well, primarily as a safe spot for my fellow Warforged to come and just relax and chat and play games.
We have
But yeah,
nothing
three.
against-
Female business owner. Female business owner. That's pretty impressive.
Well, thank you. I mean,
We-
yeah, I had to get
we
a
were just-
couple of upgrades to get rid of the smithing's tools, but as you can see, and she holds up 2 very, very dexterous-looking hands. These are like well made, and quite deftly, just like whilst talking to you, you've only now noticed that the head is still facing you, but the body has kind of rotated around, and she's like at the pumps, getting 3
A common
beers,
trait.
and then
We were just
rotates
waiting-
I
the
just
body
stare
back.
at the hands.
Rotates the body back and puts 3 beers down on the couch. And he goes,
Just say, we were
that'd
just
be-
here waiting for our friend who's also a Warforged.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. Well, that'll be 3 copper for the drinks then, please.
And at that
I'll
point,
get
I'm going to
these.
do what I'm actually going to do now and go to the toilet.
Okay.
Mm.
In the
Is there
pub?
anyone playing 3 Dragon Ante in the pub?
Is that directed at the DM or at Smelt?
The DM, sorry, yes.
Make me and let's call this an investigation check because you're looking around
Okay.
investigating the various games going on.
Is that a game?
Mm-hmm.
It is, yeah. 23.
Yeah. You can see that there are a couple of Warforged hunched over a table based on the position of the various cards they're using, which are slightly oversized for like slightly more heavy duty hands. So rather than being like normal playing card size, they're about A5. But you can tell based on the card arrangements and the table layout, they're playing 3 Dragon Ante. There's a couple others playing Liar's Dice, Kobold's Bounty. There's what looks like it might be a roulette table over at the far side, but there's just a Warforged just working on it, just sort of spinning it, and it stops. And then they work on it again, spin it, and it stops. And they just sort of thump it and spin it, and it stops.
I was just gonna like sort of hover around the table that's playing Three Dragon Andy, see if it's a game that I want to get involved in.
It's fine.
Arrive back and go. Did I miss anything?
No,
Where
so
the
you
hell
can
did
see
you-
I'll have to
that
play cards.
you can see
It
that
doesn't.
Notad has gone and wandered over to one of the tables where some Warforged playing a game. Kallus is still at the bar and seems sort of transfixed by the bar owner's hands.
Yes.
Oh,
Eventually, I sort of snap myself out of it and just.
Are we there yet?
I'm gonna grab this
Yeah.
beer
Are they?
someone's paid for and walk over and see what game this is.
Okay.
Well, no. If we were looking for a acquaintance around this area, where might we look? A
Sm-
Warforged acquaintance specifically.
Smelt kind of looks at you up and down and goes, "I've seen how you're looking at my hands. I don't go in for that." Whilst you're accidentally propositioning the barmaid, we will go over and see what Heiman and Bedrock are up to.
It's from there somewhere. I swear. No, don't you?
We've made it. We've made it. We've made it. We've made it. The
Fantastic.
shotgun was great.
I
Fantastic.
feel like we were just walking, really.
Yeah.
We were. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
trudging.
Trudging.
So
Sorry,
you
yeah,
guys,
that's the-
you
Trudging-
guys started
trudging
off
is-
leaving Larandar Tower, and as you did, you saw a sky coach fly past with your other three companions in. I'd say after
Yes.
maybe about 20 minutes of walking, you just decided sod it and hailed one of the Orion land coaches to
Okay.
take you the rest of the way.
I really wanted to see Heiman
Splendid.
trudging like from Monty Python when the monks
I'm not
So-
that kind of monk.
You guys, Bedrock and Hyman, you, however you want to do this, the carriage costs 4 copper pieces.
I'll pay for the master.
Fair enough. And as you arrive at the Cog Carnival, who's going in first?
Hyman's
Master.
going in first. He has to open the door.
Okay,
I'm
me.
going in
that's
first.
fine. So as you
He has to
approach,
open the door for me.
the doorman holds a hand out in front of you and goes, "It's 5 copper."
Is that 5 copper each?
Really, even for an old regular of this town.
5 copper for you.
Oh,
Shellheads get in free.
The
Who
what
gets
gets
in
free?
free?
Shellheads.
Pillheads.
Shellheads.
Oh.
Jesus.
oh, heads. Jesus Christ. I pay the 5 copper.
Okay. So you two are now in, and as your eyes adjust to the light inside the bar, you can see Kallus desperately trying to make some sort of apology to female Warforged behind the bar, whilst Mick is
Who I
just
am
like
not propositioning.
kind of overheard and has just jabbed Notad in the ribs and explained what's going on, and both of them have started laughing.
Smelt, it's fine. They're sort of with me. With me.
Oh.
They're sort of with me.
Oh,
We're either with you or we're not with you.
I mean that explains a fair bit. What are you
Yes.
doing back in today, love? I thought you went in until tomorrow.
Well, baby, sometimes you just have to squish some squishies. Ha 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 ha.
We don't say that.
We don't
We don't say that.
we don't say that here. No.
We don't say
no.
that. Like we get enough.
I'm trying humor.
We get enough
recently.
stick
It's
with
a,
them.
It's a new skill. I'm trying to learn it for the squishies.
All right, just like remember it for next. Like
I'll try it
don't
again
say
another time
anything
when
that
there's
might
less
incite
here.
violence. Like
Okay, understood. They wouldn't be violent here. Smelt. Oh, wonderful smelt.
Yes, darling.
We are looking for someone. Goes by the name of
Sounds ominous.
Cole. Goes by the name of Cole. Ring any bells?
Yeah. What do you want with her?
We need to ask a few questions. Nothing too crazy. Just
We found her arm. Her missing
we
arm.
found her arm, and I lean over. I lean over to Notad. Is this lying? Are we lying?
Yes. This is what we class as lying as squishies.
But it's for the best, right? It's for the
For
good.
the greater good. For the
greater
greater
good,
good.
for the
Yes,
greater good, for the
absolutely.
greater good.
Yes. Yeah. Greater good.
Okay. Yeah, we found
it's
her
really good
arm,
art, I
and she
found it.
needs to come with us to the city watch. Please.
Well, she's sitting over
They
in
have
the
the arm.
corner.
They have the arm.
I'm going to be honest. She's not been in a good way. Not since that thing with Razor.
Razor, he does boost up the prices for ill-gotten equipment.
I love it.
Let me talk to her. Let me go talk to her. I'll see if I can bring her around so she can get her arm that we have, that the City Watch has, that we can give her.
Mike, do you want me to come with you?
No,
you
it's
good?
okay. The Razor situation's a delicate one. I need to speak with her. Warforged, Warforged.
Not a dwarf.
Okay.
What's going on?
It's okay.
Warforged talking.
I'm handling it, tiny rogue. I make my way over to Cole.
Okay, so Cole is sitting in a corner of the Cog Carnival, quite close to the back door, and just sort of like going over some notes. They've as you look at them, they are making it obvious that they don't want to be approached. That everything about their body language says, "I'm trying not to be noticed."
I use Mage Hand and tap them on the shoulder.
Okay. They immediately freak out and grab their notes and just throw themselves back into their seat and look up at you and goes, "Why did you do that?"
Cole, relax. Relax. It is I, Mike. How are you?
They sort of calm down a bit and put the notes back on the table and they're like,
Can I sit with you?
Yes. Sit down. It's
Thank you.
It's been a rough week.
I can only imagine. Well, not imagine, but use my synthesis to create images in my head that would be similar.
Yeah, something like that. Be honest, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm supposed to be meeting someone.
See, but
soon.
Do you feel? I get that. We can bring you back quick sticks and the sky taxis and everything. We've got something for you, but you have to come away to get it. But we have something for you.
Oh God!
Can I nudge Heiman and go? Why is your love over there talking to that honky tonk woman?
Your love?
My love? That is Master Bedrock.
I bet he is.
We've
the first of many.
We've got someone who really wants to see you, or something. Someone and something. Why not both?
Okay.
Both want to see you very much.
I get the impression you're trying to be reassuring, and I know you're kind of new to this. What you're coming off as is creepy, and I feel like you're less trying to.
We have your arm.
My arm.
Yeah.
You have my
Yeah.
arm.
Not me.
My
The
arm
watch.
that was destroyed during the war. You have that arm.
We have another arm.
So we have that arm.
His lying's going swimmingly.
At that point, I'm going to stroll over and just sort of thrust my outstretched hand in the air and just say, "Hello, I am
Thank
Notad,
God for finishing.
Notad Dwarf de Civis.
I'm just gonna
Pleasure
sit
to make
and
your
watch this
acquaintance.
pop.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello. I am with your friend Mike here. We are also friends.
Acquaintances.
Yes, friends. Yes. He's not lying. We do have your arm. It is actually your arm. You know. Now I know you say it was lost or destroyed in some war, but that was a lie. This is the truth.
Is that really the truth? Are we?
Okay, I'm
Do we actually have
Mike,
it?
shut up,
Do
Mike.
we?
Mike, shut up.
I'm going
Oh,
to,
we actually have it. We actually have it. Isn't that incredible?
Oh man, what is
I'm going to be
happening?
honest with you. I'm meeting a senior member of the city guard here in a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
if
he'll know all
you
about it, I'm sure.
don't leave, I'll ask them
as
to take
a
you.
senior as sergeant, a senior as sergeant.
Yes, I'm meeting with a sergeant.
Because we were told by a sergeant to get you to come bring your arm,
Really?
or bring you back to your arm. Yes. Look at this letter. I show her the letter.
Yes. Bad. Mick has the letter.
Can
Mick, get
I?
over here.
No, I have my letter that says
Oh.
I'm gonna
the
Oh, yes,
sneak up.
associate.
yes.
Can I sneak up behind them, but without them noticing, and just like be eavesdropping behind the bench or whatever it is?
Yeah, I'd say you would like naturally.
I must say this is
Stealthy.
extraordinarily rude.
Well,
So-
you wouldn't
What
notice
is?
because I'm sneak.
So you're telling me you've been sent here by Sergeant Vilroy of the City Guard to bring me in because they have my arm.
Yes. That's
Yes.
exactly what
Yes.
we're telling you.
That's exactly
now, the
what
sergeant
she's telling you.
Yes, the sergeant
telling
that
you.
thank you.
He's telling you. Humans
I
are
want to
weird.
stop this, but it's too funny.
The sergeant that
Squish.
you're about to meet might not know about it because they're from different areas of the guard. So I wouldn't find that weird at all if that were to be the case.
He
We
has
can
a
wait
point.
if you want. Like if you want to
Okay.
have your meeting, come back in like half an hour.
She leans out and grabs.
Do you miss your arm?
She leans out and grabs Bedrock's arm and goes, "Look, I have to get out of the city. I can't go with you to the guard. The guard was going to meet me here, and then I was going to leave.
Why were you
Why?
going to leave?
Are you-
Me, not you. Shush.
Are you? You
Why
you,
were
you
you
know
going to leave?
you know House Larandar, the noble house that runs the airships and the sky coaches. Well,
Those thieving corporate bastards.
I was hired.
I know them all too well. I know them all too well.
I was hired along with Razor by Alden de Larandar for some
I thought
excavation
you raised a
work.
split up.
Don't mention Razor. You can't say that word. Don't say the word. Don't say the other word.
Razor was
It'll cost you
murdered.
a fortune.
Razor was mad. See, now you've done it.
We
I
were
hope you're
hired.
very happy with yourself.
House Larandar were hiring out-of-work Warforged for some excavation work down in Old Sharn.
Oh, those bastards! I'll get them. I'll get them for every
Mike.
fucking
I found
Better
out.
finish the story.
war.
I found out that Alden's only son, Caden, had been kidnapped by a criminal organisation calling themselves the Dask
Dask.
as leverage to look for something in the ruins. Now, we were all paid for our silence and tied into very binding contracts. And when Razor tried to do something about it or let someone know, they were murdered as an example to the other workers. Now, we were trying to save up enough money to replace my arm and then get out of town. But I've got to be honest, at this point, I need to leave. I need to get out of town right now.
We
Mm.
can take you out of town right now.
Via the city watch for your arm.
Look, I can't stay here anymore. Tell
Why are you doing
Even
this?
I didn't believe that.
At this point, can I pop up from behind, grab them, and put a dagger to the side and say, "Look, just come with us. I'm fed up with this bullshit now."
Oh dear.
Well,
what's your armor class?
Oh god.
no.
Aren't you
Oh,
tiny?
no.
No, wait, you're 5'6".
No, you're tiny.
It's
What
13.
class? What race are you, Badger? What race are you?
Shifter.
Okay.
Okay, so as soon as the point of the dagger makes contact with Cole's armor, you see one arm sweeps off the notes off the table, the other arm
She
pushes
only has
you.
one arm. She only has one arm. She only
Sorry.
has one arm.
One leg sweeps up and kicks away
Like,
Mick. And
dear,
as she
dear.
stands up to leave, a bolt of fire just explodes on the wall next to her head. She looks at you and screams, "You set me up! You set me up!" And she bolts out of the back door.
Oh, do I have anything?
Well, that was
Um,
distinctively less than splendid.
So where did this fireball come from? Is what I'm thinking.
As you look
Yeah.
out towards the,
Definitely wouldn't be me.
you look out towards the front of the bar, and you can see the doorman's kind of like doubled over, and you just see some shapes darting past away from the window.
Do I see this from where I am at the bar?
We all see
Yes,
this, I'm
yeah.
sure of it.
I'll just.
Shall we run after them?
I give chase. Yeah, I give chase to Cole.
Yeah, chase it sounds like a
I
good
just-
idea.
Okay then.
Yeah,
Chase
drop my
sequence
weapon
it
and
is.
chase.
I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Why did we commit so much to that arm thing? It's like no one said we had his arm. That was her arm. It was never
How
a
else
thing.
were we meant to get her to come with us?
Oh, good.
Oh dear.
Was that initiative,
that's
did
not
you
too
say?
bad.
Yes, I need everyone to roll
Yeah.
initiative, please.
Are you sure it was initiative and not something that
Yes.
I can get a higher score
Definitely
on?
initiative.
Well, okay then, but you're going to be disappointed.
No, that'll be only you.
No, this sounds pretty good for me. This seems pretty par for the course. I can genuinely get... Oh no, I can't get a 0. That's fine. We're okay. Oh, that's a lot more bourbon than I anticipated.
Okay. So as you give chase out of the back door, you can see at this point Cole is probably about 60 feet away from you and running at pace. What did everyone get for their initiative rolls, please? Let's start with Heiman Phoenix.
I got 23.
Jesus.
Big
Fucking
money.
Christ. That's very
Not
cash
bad,
money.
Not bad at all. Kallus.
What do you mean not bad?
22.
What?
16
Nice.
plus 6.
Uh,
Bullshit. Echo bullshit.
Michael?
Shenanigans on this whole thing. I want to say 24, but it's less. It's 4.
Okay. Mick.
16.
Oh, come on.
And Notad.
17.
Oh, fuck off. A lot of his.
Okay. Let's just set that up. So.
Oh, what is my move speed? Let's just
Get everyone in. Cool. So, first up, we've got Heiman Phoenix.
That's me.
Now, this is a chase sequence. So at
Okay.
the moment, you can move or you can take an action. You can't do anything more than that.
Well, shall I start with opening the door?
Door's already open at this point. The door's already
Okay,
open.
then
You're
I'm not-
already out in the.
I like your thinking, though.
It's good
Oh.
for the clarity. So the door's already open. You're already out in the street, and you can see that Cole is probably about 60 feet away. At this point, moving at speed.
Oh, damn it. Well, I'm going to move 45 feet towards the flicker.
Nice.
Okay, no worries. Now, as an action, you can use the dash action to move your movement speed again.
Oh, I feel like it might be a bad call for me to get there on my own.
Okay.
What will it cost? What will it cost me? Will it cost me a key point?
No, dash is an action that everyone has access to at any point.
Oh.
It just allows you to move your movement speed again, but it counts as your action.
Okay, then I will move in front of Cole. So that will put me at 90. So I'll be 30 foot. Probably too much.
So
I'll move.
you've basically
10 foot
bolted
in front.
30 feet in front of Cole.
Yeah, speed of lightning.
That's
Well, you know.
fine. Can
Fucking
you
flash it.
make me a quick Constitution check, please?
Get ran into.
Oh, heck. 15, Tom.
That's fine. This is normal athletic activity for you. You are totally on board with it.
I do have a modifier for athletics, so you know.
No worries. That's fine. Okay, so next up then we have got Kallus.
I will try. If I run and dash, will I be just behind?
So what's your movement
Cole?
speed?
30.
Okay, so you would catch up to Cole if you move and
Okay,
dash.
then I will do that
Excellent.
so that I can at least back up Heiman.
That's fine. Can you also make me a Constitution check, please?
Yeah.
She's 60 feet ahead, right?
60 feet ahead. Yes.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay, you take 1 point of exhaustion. Apparently, hoofing it through city streets, not on your usual list
It
of
is
things
not.
that you're
I can add a condition of this, can't I?
assigned to do. Yes.
Somewhere?
Yep.
Yep. I can. Oh, sick. What does that actually do?
I think first point of exhaustion is not terribly bad.
Disadvantage on ability. Okay.
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 Cool. Next up, then we've got Notad.
Okay, I'm gonna probably. No, let's try it. As my bonus action, I'd like to cast Misty Step.
Unfortunately, you don't get bonus actions.
Oh, do you not? Oh, okay. It's literally just movement. I thought
Movement,
the others had as
movement
a
and-
dash,
movement, and actions.
but you only get the dash if you do just movement.
No. What am I saying? Yeah. No, you can cast Misty Step. Sorry. What am I saying?
Thank you. It is one. Yeah, it's one of my bonus ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like to cast Misty Step
Cool.
to become within 30 feet of her.
That's
And
fine.
whilst I do so, I would like to reach into my component pouch and pull out some makeup, which I apply to my face. And as I do, oh no, I'm doing the wrong one. Hang on.
So during the chase,
Sorry,
you can
I
move.
pull out.
During a chase, you
Yes.
can move and you can act. So casting Misty Step
Mm.
would be the act part. It's not normal combat.
Okay. Fine, I'm not going to move at all then. I'm not going to do Misty Step. I'm just going to cast Message.
Yep.
And point my finger. I'm going to grab a piece of copper wire out of my component pouch, point my finger towards, what's her face? Cole.
Yep.
And whisper, please stop. We're only trying to help.
Okay. Make me a charisma persuasion check, please. What would be the difficulty of a spooked robot?
The robot spook.
20. I rolled 21.
Okay, I think with that combined with a elf monk that has just suddenly moved at blinding speed in front, they'll stop and turn around and look at the slightly out of breath wizard that's running up behind them. And they're just like, look, I'm not coming in. I'm leaving the city. If you want any more information, go speak with Alden de Lorandar. He's the one that hired us. He's the one whose son's been kidnapped.
Alden?
Hold
What was that,
Alden
sorry?
de
Delaranda.
Lorandar.
Delaranda. Yeah,
There's
close
no
enough.
duh.
Apologies.
Naughty man.
Oh, do you know this, Loranda?
Well, they've got a tower named after.
So you know
That's a good reason to know them.
the Lorandar name, you know, is House Lorandar, that are responsible for things like the airships and the sky coaches.
Oh, yes.
They're
yes,
one of the big noble houses in the city.
Cool.
I see. Looking at Kallus and sort of looking back to Heiman, they're just like, Alden has a residence called Unicorn Estate. It's in the Mithril Tower district on the Upper Central Plateau. Go speak to him. I would caution you to be diplomatic. His son has been kidnapped, but I need to leave before I'm killed. I've already got my travel plans sorted. You don't need to worry about me. I just need to get out of the city.
Son's kidnapped.
Mithril Tower. That's very wealthy in Mithril Tower.
Okay, so whilst this is going on, Mick and Mycure, what are you guys up to? So you've basically just seen Cole's bolted out. Mycure, you're not even surprised at this. Heiman has just bolted out at like lightning speed, run out ahead and just brought Cole to a stop. Notad, you're like looking at Kallus going, he's not run this much in his life. So hoofs it out. So we'll start with Mick. What are you up to?
So you say we can't use bonus actions, or we can?
You can make one movement and one action.
I was going to say, I will dash out afterwards.
Yep.
Which is move 30 feet.
Yep. So you're just going to move up with...
Yeah, and then I'm just going to go with the whole... Didn't say they had to be alive, and draw the short bow.
Oh.
Okay, so you... So, sorry, are you moving and dashing?
It begins.
No.
Just moving. So you're
Just moving.
30 feet closer and you've drawn your bow. Okay, that's fine. Mycure, what are you up to?
I'm going to slowly shake my head at Mick's behaviour and give a good old theatrical squishy. Yeah. I'm gonna let him do what he wants, but yeah,
Not happy about it.
I'll just slowly mosey my way out of the bar, but
Okay, so you're
I'm
just
not
sort
in
of...
any rush. I'm not in
Okay.
any rush to catch Cole or.
That's fine. Well, we'll say you move, say half speed, 15 feet closer.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Cole's come to a stop at this point, so I'd say we're out of chase sequence. So,
No.
Heiman and Kallus, you're both close enough to hear what Cole's telling you. They just keep looking back and forth between you. Just please let me go. I just need to get out of the city.
I'm just struggling to catch our breath. Just like,
bit out of shape since our wizard dueling days.
So it would seem.
Heiman, what are you doing during this? You've heard Cole's explanation.
I was literally just about to pipe in and say, I'm happy to let it go. Should we all vote on it?
Okay,
Shall we vote on it?
I'd say by this point everyone else has managed to sort of amble up Mick with his bow drawn and trained on Cole. He's managed to find a suitable spot to wing clip them if needs be.
Okay.
Can I ask Mike a question without everyone else hearing?
I'd say so, yeah. Mike's sort of just ambling up quite slowly, so you two would be the last to... Considering everyone else has sort of moved on ahead to take up various positions, you two would be the last to catch up to the group.
So Mike, I'd like to know
Yeah.
how much lightning would you say that it would take to render a warforged unconscious?
Oh, very much so. Very much a lot of lightning. Yes, you would need at least 26 and a half storms worth of lightning, I think, in order to render one of us incapable of movement.
Okay. I just thought you might be a bit susceptible to it being all like mechanical and stuff.
Is the news rather shocking to you? Ha 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 ha.
Oh, you know me so well.
God. Ah.
I tried that
Never
humour
mind,
thing
hey,
again.
never mind.
Did it work better
Mm.
this time?
It was good. It was good. I liked it. Yeah, big fan. Big
Oh,
fan.
no. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words.
Okay, we'll carry on walking. I'll
While they're doing that,
shelve that idea.
Splendid.
I'm going to discuss with Mick the fact that if I have written this down correctly, please correct me if I have not. This Warforge represents 50 gold each to us to bring in, does it not? That's a DM question, by the way, before I carry this on.
Yes, yep.
Oh yeah, because we already got 25 each, wasn't it? Let me
Yes.
put that in.
It's an extra
What
50.
about
I
that?
don't really care about this one. This one
Also-
represents 50 gold to me.
I was going to say, it's 50 gold to me, and she said it doesn't matter if they're dead.
Exactly.
Oh.
If we can take it in alive, fine.
Oh,
It may get a little bit more bargaining for us. Dead works for me.
But if she's not going willingly.
Then we'll
We've
force
tried
it.
that
Oh, yeah, sorry,
style.
we're playing T and you're not there. Wait, you're not there, are you? You.
Ah, we've walked ahead now. We're joining. Yeah, we're there. We're there.
Yeah.
I'd say by this point, this is sort of a talking, walking exercise. You guys will all have been, you'll all have caught up and sort of surrounded Cole at this point.
I've got very good hearing, so I've heard you, but I'm having to shout across the corridor, going, "Yes, let's kill her!" Subtle.
So as a group, what would you like to do?
Well, it seems like killer. It seems to be the.
I have
Wait,
no
wait, whoa.
compulsion to kill her, but
Wait,
one
why
way
are
or
we
another, we're
killing
getting
Cole?
our 50 gold.
She needs to come with us.
Let's try it. I cast Shocking Grasp.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay, this is kicking off now.
Yep. Here we go.
I
let's have a
thought
look.
it would be
No,
Mick.
no,
that
hang
would
on.
be
Let me
opening
set.
this.
Let me set the scene. I'm gonna walk up to her and take her hand and say, "I'm sorry if we worried you. We will definitely help you escape the city." And then I'll cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah, well, that's a bit. I'm going to let that happen. Roll me 1d8 lightning damage, please.
Beep 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 beep.
That's like
Oh, no.
Fey levels of evil going on here.
You are a monster.
No, wait, I've lost my D20 under the sofa. I'll sort that out in a second.
That is what you get.
D8.
That is what you deserve for messing with the Warforged.
Well, that'd be 5.
Okay. Yeah. As you do, Cole just goes rigid and just thunk onto the floor.
Yes, Queen.
Look to your left, Em.
Perhaps it is distinctly
No.
less.
So at this point, Cole is unconscious in the
Aw.
street.
Excellent. I cast Tensor's floating disc as a ritual to try and put something to load them onto.
Okay.
Give me a minute. It takes 10 minutes to cast, so.
Okay. So whilst Kallus is casting up a floating gurney, what are the rest of you up to?
Exactly.
We'll go around the. We'll go through this. Heiman, what are you up to?
I've walked back round to Bedrock.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask Bedrock, Master, are you okay with this?
I think we need to take Cole aside and ask more questions.
Can't now.
Okay. Mick, what are you up to? No.
Hog tying the unconscious.
Hog tie.
Okay. That's fine then. So, I'm gonna, for the sake of time, just montage this next bit with flagrant use and leverage of the writ that Mick is in possession of. You float the unconscious and rigid body of Cole back out into the street and hail a sky coach. And again, declaring yourself to be on official guard business, make your way to the guardhouse near to Larandar Tower. So by this point, we're probably sort of 2-3 hours in, and they take Cole in for questioning. Another hour or so passes, and you see Cole being taken out, freed of their bonds, shooting you numerous foul glances.
Does she have her arm?
Vilroy approaches you and just goes, well, not the most orthodox approach, but I did get some useful information. It seems that what they were telling you about the Larandar boy being kidnapped, at least they believe they're telling the truth. I would suggest you go and speak with Alden Larandar, but maybe show a little bit more restraint than you did in speaking with Cole.
Fucking do
weren't
it yourself
dead.
next time, Vilroy.
This is a delicate matter, and if the guard are seen poking around, it could potentially put Caden's life in danger.
Okay then.
They weren't
Now.
dead.
That was the son that's
That's
been
the son,
kidnapped, right?
Yes, yeah. Now, Alden has a residence called the Unicorn Estate, which is on the upper central plateau. I have booked a carriage to take you there, anonymously, of course. It is waiting 2 streets down. If you take it, you should be there in about an hour and a half.
Is
What
it paid
will
for?
become of Cole?
It is already paid for.
Good.
Show them the writ. They will take you straight there.
Oh, do we get our 50 gold, by the way, for bringing your coal?
See me in the
that was
morning,
the
because
deal,
at this
wasn't it?
point it's probably about 4 or 5 a.m.
Okay.
So they're like, I'm very tired, and the treasury is closed. Come back to me tomorrow, along with any other information you may have, and you'll get your money.
What will
Okay.
become of Cole?
That's for me to know, and you not to worry about. Safe to say,
I'm sure she's going to have a great time, Mike.
Safe to say, I'm going to see that Cole remains safe elsewhere outside of Sharn.
Kind of point at Jermaine and go, "Don't try and stiff me,
Do-
Jermaine."
Do we believe him? Do I believe
Do I believe them?
Her.
Do I believe they won't?
Sorry,
Yeah.
apologies.
Do I believe they won't do anything to my fellow Warforged?
Don't you take everything as face value?
Both of you make me insight checks and let me know what you get.
For God's sake.
14.
9 again.
You are both familiar enough with the look on a person's face when they are just fed up. You don't detect any hint of deception, or as if there's nothing there to say they're holding anything back. They just seem really pissed off.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Are we going to need to... DM question. Are we going to need to rest now before... have we been up long enough for we'll start getting like exhaustion if we don't rest now? Or
I'd
did we
say
start
during the
really
time you're waiting for Cole to have a look at, you probably had time for a short rest.
late? Okay. That doesn't remove exhaustion, does it?
From the chase, it does. Yes, yeah. Remove any exhaustion you got from
Oh,
the
it
chase.
does?
Yeah, you've had a
Okay.
chance to like sit down and deal with the fact that you've got this terrible stitch.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So the coach takes you. It takes about an hour and a half and takes you onto the Unicorn Estate. And this is located in the Mithril Tower district. And many of the very grand homes here are true to the district's name, boasting this sort of mithril filigree on the decoration. And as opposed to what you were dealing with in Lower Tavik's Landing, the Sharn Watch seems to be everywhere in this neighbourhood. And it is full of very, very young, very attractive members of the nobility climbing into sky coaches, hosting these very sort of opulent looking garden parties, showing off purchases all hours of the day. This is the Beverly Hills of Sharn. The Unicorn Estate itself has a grand unicorn statue and unicorn shaped topiaries adorning the front garden.
Nice.
Behind this big open wrought iron gate. And there are guards on either side of the gate in the House Larandar livery. Each of them was wearing this beautiful like copper helm shaped with this sort of unicorn design sort of cresting off the brow, and then the tail sort of sweeps down back towards the neck. And inside you can see this magnificent marble house, clearly owned by someone very wealthy, clearly owned by dragon-marked nobility. And you can see that seated on a sort of like a sort of just reclining on like a sort of chaise longue on a patio in front of the house is a figure sort of lying down, one hand on the head, this sort of very haggard looking human male. Next to him is a very tall, very elegantly robed Kalashtar, this sort of very beautiful, almost elf-like, sort of almost alien-looking humanoids. They've got perfect symmetry to their face. They're like unnervingly pretty to look at, and they're just holding this rose-coloured crystal in their hands, and there are two more guards standing nearby. We've all disembarked from the coach at this point, and the coach driver said no word and has just driven off.
What time of day is it again? Sorry.
So by now
About
this is going
4
to
or 5
be
a.m.
early morning, so we're talking about 6, half 6-ish.
Okay.
But it looks like whatever activity is going on in this estate, it never stops. It's just
yeah,
constant,
24-hour rave.
constant parties and opulence, and there's this sort of almost like rotating shift of when one party ends, it moves to another venue, and when that ends, they go to a showcase opening, and that ends, they go to an art gallery, and there's just a sort of constant rotation of which houses are having parties, which ones are sort of shutting down to let the servants take care of stuff. It's just this constant swirling hive of activity that just screams money.
Good morning, sir and or madam. I trust the past week's debauchery has been nothing short of splendid for you.
Who are you addressing at this point?
Both of them.
the guards or the guys inside?
Oh, the people on the people dressed up, not the guards.
Okay. So as you approach, you completely oblivious because you're focusing on it's like say hello, be nice, be polite. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. So Micure has just strode straight in. Mick, you've had to very quickly sort of pull out the writ and present it to the guards who just moved to stop them. Just way too late. Like these guys were clearly asleep at their posts. Micure, as you've made your way through the gates, this sort of enchanted like unicorn illusion has reared up from the nearby hedgerow. Again, completely unknown to you because you're just like, say hello, be polite, head up, smile, got this, you got this, you got this. And the rest of you are just sort of watching this Warforged, just bold as anything, stride straight into a private property. And as you approach, the guy lying down just sort of looks up at you and can see the sort of discussion at the gate. And one of the guards sort of like waves kind of like a sort of almost semaphore hand signal. And you can see one of the other guards nearby just sort of leans down and whispers in here and goes, "They're with the city guards, sir." And he just looks up and he goes, "Ugh. Is this about my son?"
Yes and no. We are ever so sorry to hear about the missing of your son, although we can hopefully find his whereabouts as soon as possible. At your earliest convenience, sir and or madam.
Well, I was told I might receive special investigators. I suppose you do look unique.
Special.
Thank you, sir. How splendid of you to say.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. And at this point, the rest of you have managed to make your way in and up to the gate room. Mick, can you just make me a quick perception check, please? 18. As you're walking, you hear this sort of bubbling noise coming from one of the nearby fish pools. You can hear this voice just going, "Hey, how's it going?"
Take a peer
Nick-
into the pool.
Yeah.
It gets around a bit, doesn't he?
You just hear this voice coming from the pool. It's like, what are you up to?
Just gonna look into the pool, see what or who is talking to me.
You can see there's like a couple of sort of large, kind of like ornamental fish just swimming around, not doing much. The voice just comes over again. It's like, "Do you wanna maybe just like dip your feet in a little bit, just have a little paddle."
What the hell?
Can only Mick hear this?
The rest of you have just like anyone who's noticed has just seen Mick sort of wander off and just kind of like start talking to a fish pool.
Okay. So can't hear what's being said to him.
Nope. As you get a little bit closer, you can see the man on the couch just sort of sits up and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do just if you want to come away from the koi pond, that's been misbehaving. We need to get someone in to take a look at that."
Oh dear, that doesn't sound like
Misbehaving
fun at
how?
all.
Well, it's being far more coy than we wanted.
Oh, fucking hell.
That seems
How
far
long
less
have
than
you been
splendid.
writing that one
I'm
for?
on myself psychic damage on that.
So I'm going to just bump ahead a little bit for the interest of time.
Okay.
Alden explains that his son Caden was abducted about a month ago. He took him in one night and he was gone the following morning with a message in his place.
How old
What
is
did the
Caden?
message
Sorry?
say?
The message says, "Follow our instructions and your son will not be injured."
Have you
And
And
followed the
he's roughly
instructions?
how old?
Caden is a child, maybe about 8 years old.
Okay.
In the following days, Alden was met by a half ogre, explaining she needed expendable labour and an easy transit of said labour and goods. As long as he complied, Caden would be returned unharmed when her business was done. If Alden backed out of the deal, the half-ogre said she would visit horrors on Caden that would make the darker cults of Eberron sick. Now, at this point, he has not yet informed his wife that their son has been kidnapped. Alden and his wife are separated. She lives in a distant city. And after giving you this information, he just breaks down sobbing and staggers inside. As he does, his Kalashtar attendant, who identifies their name as Vishtai, turns to you, and you all hear his voice inside your head without the pleasantry of going through the air first. And he says to you, I've no doubt that Caden will die regardless of Alden's actions. Please, save Caden and return him to his father. House Larandar would owe you a great debt, and you see how broken the man is. There is an enclosed lift 5 buildings north of this estate. Look for the Medusa inside. Make sure you're alone, as this lift will take you down to the dig site and hopefully to Caden. And at this point he sort of hurries after his master into the house. And that's where we're going to take a break for now. So we will be back in about 10 minutes. And oh, I've just realised I've had the old main screen on stream the whole time. So when we get back, we'll pick this up and we shall have the fancy new stream screen that I had prepared earlier and didn't use. So we'll see you all in 10 minutes. And we're back. Nice short break. Everyone feeling refreshed and ready to go?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Excellent. Okay, so I better put up the brand new stream screen that I got prepared. Take a look, why don't you?
Dream
I'm just waiting
screen.
for it to refresh.
I'll take a few seconds to refresh and reload.
Oh, magic.
It's a bit fancy.
Bit of Twitch magic. Oh, I like it.
So
Bit
when you
fancy
when you're
indeed.
going to get it with all our cameras on there?
It's like
Oh,
staring.
when I can get a
it's
laptop
like
that'll...
staring into my chest.
I feel like I'm far too far behind, so I'm refreshing it. Nice. That's tidy.
Right. So then, with Vishtai's, the Kalashtar attendance directions, takes you about 15 minutes to travel down the road to find the concealed lift. When you arrive, you find that there is an out of order sign hanging above the button to open the lift's doors. You try it anyway, and the doors open to reveal the inside of a 15-foot cube made of stone with etchings of unicorn patterns covering the walls and a magic orb in the ceiling illuminating the space.
Are we all just moving towards this thing? Are we just carrying on? I take we've all just headed off this direction.
So at this point, you're all in the same space at the lift.
Okay. I guess we're making our way down, right?
Right.
Let's go.
Going down.
Okay.
Down, deeper down.
So you find that the controls are beneath an embossed Medusa head on the inside of the door.
Wonderful.
You press the buttons on there, nothing seems to work until finally one of the buttons clicks and the doors close. You feel this sort of shunt as the lift starts moving. Seems to descend forever down into the belly of Sharn. Several minutes pass, and as the lift rattles and shakes as if passing through some place it was not meant to go, the rumbling starts to build to a violent peak and then stops and the doors open. By the lift's interior light, you can see into a vast unlit cavern strewn with broken stonework from ancient buildings as far as you can see in every direction. The air is stale and filled with dust and the scent of decay. These are the ruins of the cities atop which the City of Towers was built. Ahead of you, you can see a sort of small, hastily constructed cabin with some light emerging from sort of around the frame of a door. And as you listen carefully, you can hear the soft sobs of a young child coming from inside.
Can we hear any other?
Is it a locked door?
From the lift, you can't tell. You can see that there is like a sort of crack of light coming from around the door frame. On there, it doesn't appear to be completely closed.
After you, Mick. I
So
feel like you will be skilled in this regard.
Can I sneak up to it and see if I can investigate around the door or hear anything else?
Yeah, certainly. Make me a stealth check to sneak across.
Well, that's pretty good. That's a what's my thing? It's a 25.
Only.
Nice.
Okay,
I rolled
So,
19.
yeah,
I
you-
think pretty well.
not bad. So you pick your way across the broken bits of stone and masonry and make your way towards the cabin. Inside, you can see that the entire space is illuminated with a there's like a brazier in the centre that is sort of it's casting all of the light into the room, and inside you can see that there is this sort of humanoid figure, kind of quite short, fairly hunched, and is sort of carrying like documents from a desk and just throwing them one at a time into the fire. This creature you would recognise as a gnoll. It's this sort of kind of short, lanky humanoid that covered in fur, and they've got this like hyena like face on them. They're wearing just a kind of like a leather vest and some sort of rather ratty looking shorts. And from the light of the fire, you can see in the corner, kept sort of manacled hand and foot, completely covered in dirt, is a small boy just sort of weeping to themselves. You can see there's bits of what was clearly once very fine clothing is now completely ruined, but you can still make out the livery of House Larandar and a unicorn on the boy's tunic. There's some stale bread and rags and a chamber pot just next to them.
Is it only Mick seeing this at the
Just
moment?
this is just
Right.
Mick, yeah.
Right. So, other than this little cavern, can I see anything else around the place?
As you look around, you've got dark vision, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you can just see that the rest of the cavern is just this completely destroyed array of like it's just ruined buildings and bits of masonry. In this cavern, it's the ceiling sort of undulates up and down, and you can't really see much beyond sort of the sort of like immediate vicinity. The light doesn't cast much further out.
So we can only. Can I hear anything other than one gnoll walking about, or is that it?
No, the only sounds are kind aside from like sort of the occasional drip of water from somewhere off in the cavern is just all just the noise being made by this gnoll going back and forth between the desk, grabbing some papers to sort of check through, throw some into the fire, and then just this small child crying in a corner.
Okay. Can I go and report this back to people?
Yep. Okay, so the rest of you are now up to speed on what Mick has witnessed inside the cabin.
So, okay, it's just one. Well, let's go in.
This seems too easy. We travel down one elevator, and the boy's right there.
Love it.
I
Is it
cast
love in an
Mage Armor on
elevator?
myself.
I like easy. Easy's fun. Easy's good. Let's go in and save the boy.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, and I'm going to cast Magic Weapon on Mick's Dagger.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's a euphemism there, I'm sure.
I was going to suggest to the party maybe we try luring the gnoll out of the cavern, and then we surprise them, attack them.
It's a great idea. Mr. Knoll!
God. Fucking Leroy Jenkins over here.
You see,
Mr.
Have you actually
Knoll!
just done that?
you see the door crack
Yep.
open, and this
Okay.
hyena face just looks round and just gives a yelp, and then runs back inside, and you hear this sort of crashing and thumping, and you can see the light is now sort of flickering quite badly.
Okay.
Shall we go?
I shall enter the room.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like best.
So, Heiman, you're in first,
I see.
and you can see this gnoll is like frantically just grabbing at papers now and just hurling them into the brazier, and as soon as you burst through the door, they turn and they just sort of pull a small knife from their belt and just hold it up towards you. You can see their arm is visibly shaking.
Lower your weapon or die.
He means it, I'm afraid. He's very good at it.
You promise you won't kill me?
If you lower your weapon.
Okay. And it just sort of drops.
You have to do that first, I'm afraid.
Drops the
Yeah.
dagger and holds their hands up in an
Very good.
obvious position of surrender.
I go and take his knife.
Okay,
Or move it away from him.
that's fine.
Just
So now
keep
that you're
my
in
eye on
the room, you can see that there's you can see everything that Mick's relayed to you, and just scattered across the floor is just documents and bits of paper, scattered everywhere, and you can see that the knoll has clearly been burning the documents into the brazier.
Now, Mr. Knoll, what can you tell us about these papers?
Yeah, can I start looking through them?
Yep, that's fine.
See what he's been.
So if you, I was going to say, Kallus, if you just make me an investigation check, we'll come back to you in a second. Mike, you're the knoll, still with their hands like as high as they're willing to put them. Just like, I was just told to destroy the documents.
That's fine. Your hands are great there, by the way. Keep them up there. That's very good. But could you tell me why you're burning them? Like, what do they contain? What do they hold?
And you promise you won't kill me.
I will not kill you personally, but some other people here might. And that is beyond my control, unfortunately, as I am only one being.
I promise that no one will. As you could tell, I am the leader of this gang.
Are you? Are
Okay.
Are we lying again?
I was.
It's okay.
Yes,
no harm will come to you whatsoever from anyone in this group.
I was told to burn the documents by my boss. Do you know Gara?
Gara, you might have to be a little more specific. Gara of the Sand?
Gara.
Gara O'Brien.
She's a half ogre lieutenant within the Darsk.
Within the Darsk. That name crops up a lot. Tell me, where do these pesky Darsk live?
I don't know. I'm an intern.
I'm sure you do know. I'm sure you do know. Go on, you can tell us.
They didn't tell me.
You wouldn't want me to break a promise now, would you?
This is my second week here, and
Where do you go for meetings?
Do you believe him?
Make what did you get on your investigation check?
21.
First of all, okay. So from the documents of the floor, you can see that a lot of them contain there's like lists of names and addresses, and from the names on there, you can tell that these are Warforged names. They're all sort of single syllable, functional names on there, like ingot, furnace, spade.
I hold this out towards Bedrock.
Oh. Well, this is quite upsetting, isn't it, Mr. Knoll?
You also find that there are notes for what you almost like an inventory on there of items, and it's just things like notebook, tome, object. There's also a receipt for a first-class lightning rail ticket. Due to leave in approximately 4 hours' time.
Is the fire still burning?
Fire's still burning, yes, yeah. The ticket is for a one-way trip to the city of Rote.
Ropes.
Can I cast Control Flames and extinguish the flyer? The flyer.
Yep, certainly.
Someone check the boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I don't
as
think I have to do
you-
anything to
Someone.
I
Who's-
suggest the squish. I suggest a squishy. Best deal with the boy. You might know what ailments it may have. Now about this list, this is very upsetting for a fellow warforged like myself to see. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Knoll?
Okay. Before he has a chance to answer, who's checking on Caden?
What race is Caden again? Sorry.
Caden's human.
Well then, Kallus, I feel like you may be best for the job.
Mildly racist, but okay. I'll put the documents down and go check Kallus.
Make sure
check
its oil
Caden,
dump
I
isn't.
can't
Make
speak.
sure its oil dump isn't corrupted.
Just
Will do.
look
Thanks, Mike.
confused at Mike. But yeah,
Okay.
I go over and check.
It could
Caden.
be damaging.
I'm just gonna walk in and go. I'll help with the interrogation. Pulling a dagger.
Okay. So note that as you use control flames to extinguish the fire, you also extinguish any source of light in the building.
Balls.
You hear a thump and then a
Darn
squeak. Heiman, you've just felt this like ball of fur bounce off your chest.
Surely I can see. I got dark vision.
Dark vision is not the same as night vision.
I know. But surely there'll be embers left.
There's embers, but not enough to illuminate the room. Also, the sudden shift in light has darkened it before your eyes have had a chance to adjust.
Okay.
I have
So-
any spell that can light stuff.
We do know Spoons is going to sit in that tray in a minute because that's what cats do.
Yeah.
So I assume. Can we feel
Oh,
about?
fuck, doesn't-
I start reaching
Would you
out
like
as
some
I hear the
fire?
squeak.
Would you like some light? I
Uh,
can do light.
possibly.
That would
I'm
be
just
very
looking
helpful.
for Mr. Knoll. Mr. Knoll.
I
Mr. Knoll.
I did
Mr.
not realise
Knoll?
that the flames burning the things was the only light in this room.
Can I pull out
That's
the
quite
hooded
alright.
lantern I have and light that?
That'll do.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's fine.
do that.
As you do, you look around the room. You can still see Caden is still there, just crying away in the corner, and there is now an unconscious Knoll on the floor in front of Heiman.
Oh dear.
Did you punch the knoll?
It was not me.
Oh.
I
kinda
quite
hoping you
believe
said it
my
would
elven servant here. I suggest we take Mr. Knoll back and take him for and ask a few more questions.
But if we cut his hamstrings, he won't be able to run away again.
I don't think he's going to do much running while he's unconscious, Mr. Dagger.
Won't do any when he wakes up if we've done that.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can restrain him enough if we're
Okay.
when we're there.
I feel if we leave him intact, we might get some leverage with whoever he works for, as well as potentially from the Sharn watch if we use
We
him.
need to work out where he's going with this train ticket.
Is Caden okay, by the way?
So now that there's light in there, you can see that he's just sobbing away. He's manacled at both the wrists and ankles.
Yes.
He looks just absolutely filthy.
I'll just walk over with the lantern towards him so Kallus can see.
Yeah. Kallus, do you have proficiency in medicine at all?
I do not.
Okay. If you
Does
just
anybody?
make me a straight wisdom check, then please.
I've got +1
no.
medicine, and that's it.
That is a 9 again.
Nine.
9.
Yeah. This child looks very unwell and deeply upset.
Unwell as in like death's door kind of unwell, or like sick?
I'm afraid
Like-
it's no use.
Their
you
eyes,
may well have to check for the oil dump.
their eyes are sunken a little bit. Their cheeks are a little bit drawn in. Like they're clearly malnourished.
BRB, I've full on lost my D20 to a cat.
Do I have any rations? I don't
Can-
think I actually do.
Can
Do
I
you
just
have
ask you
any
something, Tom?
Yep.
When I got hit by the furry thing to the chest, I take it that was the knoll that hit me.
It was, yes. Yeah. They tried to take advantage of the lack of light and bolt out through the door, but didn't reckon on the fact that you were still standing there.
No, it's my balls.
And he just knocked himself out on Heiman's chest.
Yeah. It is like a board of stone, mind you.
like a washboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heiman is like peak physical fitness.
And like his master. Like his
Yes.
player, I mean.
So,
Not you, master, sorry.
does anyone have any food for the boy? I feel
Can
like
I
he
have-
could do with a good meal.
I have a ration pack. now.
I do not appear to have packed any myself. For some reason.
I have a
Not
mess
really
kit.
sure why. I sort of lift him up by.
Oh, I have some rations.
arm.
I actually have
I've got some
rations.
rations. Yeah, I've got rations.
I don't need rations.
Yeah. Your rations.
That is
just
a really
oil.
good point.
Okay.
I don't need
Mick,
rations. I'll
I'd
feed.
say-
Yeah,
And a hand.
Between you, you spend some time. If someone wants to mark off 1 unit of rations,
yeah, I'll do
Um,
that.
I don't even
that's-
have rations. I'm not really
that's
sure.
that's going to be enough to sort of bring him round a little bit. As he starts to sort of come to, he's like, this kid is nearly catatonic.
Good morning, Mr. Dalaran. Dalaran.
My name's Caden.
Good-
Caden.
Good
Loranda?
evening. Good
Caden
morning,
Loranda?
Master Caden. Good morning, Master Caden. Have you had your oil dump checked recently? You seem to be in great pain.
No. I want to see
Right.
my dad.
See, this is why I don't deal with the squishies. We are going to take you to your father, who's Mr. Dalaran.
Loranda.
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 I want to
Mr.
see my
Loranda
dad.
is- Yes.
The big mean lady
Yes.
put me here. I want to go home.
Right. Do you know where she is?
No. The big mean lady.
No. Are you lying? Is he lying?
I'm not lying.
Is he
I
doing
don't
the
know.
lying thing?
I
I
just wanna
will
go
check to see if
home.
he's doing the lying thing. Can I tell if he's doing the lying thing?
It's a child in distress. You,
I'm
are
just
Can I
fairly-
tell
lying
if
little
he's doing
bastard.
the lying
Get him.
thing?
Fuck him up.
You know what? Yeah,
I've
make
met
me
children
make
that
me
are
an
very
insight check to
vindictive,
see if this
okay?
kid has made up the story that he was kidnapped and
I will
poorly fed for a
also
month.
do an insight check.
Oh my god.
Oh, 22.
I got a 5. Oh.
Yeah.
I got a
Okay.
22.
He's lying. Get him.
A 5. No, it's a malnourished child.
Jesus.
You can
Mm.
see no reason for it to lie.
So, is it
Mike,
filling 4 keys?
I think he's good.
Okay. So, we're going to take you to your father now. Mr. Knoll is coming with us because he's a bad man.
He is a bad man.
Yes, he's
Well,
a very
d-
bad man.
Do we need to get a doll out, Caden?
No.
Wow.
He take
So,
these
Why
off,
would you need a...
and he just
No,
holds.
I can
He just
tell you where
holds up
the
his
oil dump
wrists, which
is.
are
We
still
don't need a doll.
manacled. He's holding up his wrists, which
Oh,
are still
yeah.
manacled. He's like, "Can you take these off, please?"
I'll
They
pick
hurt.
Yes,
those.
absolutely.
Mr. Dagger's
Yeah,
coming
you wanna
right
pick
away.
lock? I can pick lock. Mr. Dagger's on it.
I can also pick locks. I have a thieves kit.
Mhm.
I would probably
Hi.
say that the Knoll may be carrying the key.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll lock pick it if I can.
Yeah, I search Mr. Knoll.
Okay. So, on the knoll, you find the key.
Oh.
You also find a small pouch containing 1 gold and 5 silver.
Cool.
And they're also wearing a really cheap-looking necklace with like a. It's basically just like a chunk of what may be polished green glass on a loop of rope.
I will also take that.
Okay.
I will take it all. and I give the boy some copper, like, because I feel like that's what people do to cheer children up. They give money to. Doesn't matter how rich he is, but like I give 5 copper to Caden and go, look, see, you made some money out of all this. Well done.
Thank you. Can I see my
See?
dad now, please?
Yes, we should
Yeah.
probably. He's talking a lot about his father. I think he's got some issues.
Okay. So again, going to montage this this next bit.
Yes.
So with Caden secured and the knoll bound and still unconscious, you make your way back into the elevator and back to Alden at the Unicorn Estate. He is absolutely overjoyed to see his son.
Also, because he's 5 copper richer.
Yeah. So he gives you his profound thank you and fills you in on the rest of the story. So a Darsk half-ogre lieutenant named Gara was ordered to assemble a team and search the ruins of Old Sharn for arcane relics at the behest of someone much higher up in their organisation. With a lot of ground to cover beneath the City of Towers, Gara kidnapped Caden, forcing Alden to use his position as a dragon-marked noble to recruit out-of-work warforged, people that they claimed no one would miss, to scour the ruins. Alden branded the work as a secret research-gathering mission for his house and paid the workers for their silence and signed them into binding contracts. After several weeks of dangerous exploration and more than a few deaths, the workers found a library of arcane texts and schematics buried in the ruins. These items were then moved to a Darsk safe house in Tavik's Landing near the terminus lightning rail station. And as far as Alden knows, the Darsk plan to smuggle the relics out of Sharn to Rote, with his assistance paying for a first-class carriage for Gara to take. He, whilst immediately grateful to you, he does point out that his name and the name of the House of Lyrandar appearing in your official report to the Watch could be somewhat embarrassing, and offers you 50 gold to leave his name and House Lyrandar out of the official report.
Okay.
Can I ask him a question first?
Yeah, certainly.
Do you feel guilt?
He looks at you and says, I feel terrible for the workers that lost their lives in this, but I can't regret the actions that kept my son alive.
Oh, can't you? That's less than splendid of you.
I mean, Mike, can you even feel guilt?
I can
Bit
feel
rich.
many things. I may not understand them, but I feel.
I'm
So what do you feel, Mr. Dalaran?
Lyrandar.
Do names matter right now?
Make me a intimidation check.
Oh God.
We're surrounded by guards right now, right?
5.
5.
That is a nat 1.
Oof.
Yeah.
I missed Natasha.
He looks quite sort of taken aback by this sudden outburst and says, I'm deeply ashamed of being manipulated in this way and do not wish to tarnish my reputation or the reputation of my house. I shall leave this sum on the table and give him my thanks. And he takes his son, walks inside the house.
I take it.
Okay.
Or my share of it.
Yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't take
Whoa,
all
whoa,
of it.
whoa.
I don't take all of it. I take
Whoa.
my share.
At this moment, Kallus, you're in possession of a pouch containing 50 gold. You want to go
Excellent.
ahead and divvy that up?
Oh, it wasn't 50 gold each.
No.
Wait, how many of us are there here?
As Alden
There's 5
takes his
of
son
Five.
inside, Vishtai
That's 10 gold.
Vishtai steps forward and seeing the sort of trying to just calm the situation down a little bit. Says the master is clearly very, very relieved to have his son back. I apologise for his emotional outburst. If it would help your investigation, I can have one of our personal sky coaches and one of the valets to take you to the Lightning Rail station to apprehend this Gara character. And as a gesture of goodwill and thanks, I wish to give you each a feather token to ensure your safety within the city.
Ooh. I like the sound of
And
this. What does this fella
Vishtai
token do?
hands each of you a disc about the size of a coin, stamped with the unicorn sigil. This is something you would all recognise as a feather token, which is essentially it is a one-time
Feather.
use item designed to
wondrous
prevent
item.
you from dying from falling from a great height. Given the elevation of Sharn and the likelihood of someone not installing a guardrail around a walkway, deaths by falling are fairly common within the city. So each of you are now in possession of a feather token enchanted with feather fall, which means that if you fall at least 20 feet while the token is on your person, you descend 60 feet per round and take no damage from falling, and the token's magic is expended after you land, whereupon the disc becomes just a non-magical, funky-looking coin.
Cool.
Nice
That's some
things.
value.
Oh,
I'll
it's
take
an
it.
actual item as well.
Yeah.
Like that.
Feather token.
To the station, then.
Okay, so Alden has, Vishtai rather, sort of raises his hand and clicks. And a few moments later, a very elaborate gilded sky coach lands just on the road in front of the estate. And you can see operating at the helm, holding onto the sort of, I guess it's a rudder on this, is a valet in the livery of House Larandar, ready to take you wherever you need to go. So as you board the sky coach and take to the skies of Sharn, headed for the terminus lightning rail station, the city's towers loom above you, whilst the numerous tracks and bridges disappear into the fog of the city below. And as you admire the view over the edge of the side railing, you feel a sort of slight sense of vertigo as you look down and a slight sense of awe as you look up. But what unsettles you most is the sky coach. After, I'd say you've probably been in the air about 5-10 minutes at this point, starts to tilt forward into a slow but unsettling dive. And as you turn to look at the valet at the helm, their body has now slumped over the rudder controls with several arrows sticking out of their back. Zipping between the towers of Sharn and converging on your location are 5 creatures riding discs of crackling green energy. Each creature a lanky humanoid covered in fur with the head of a hyena. Cackling manically, they knock arrows and take aim at you with their longbows. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it does.
Come on, good roll. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Mine's alright.
Oh, we out here.
Okay, so go. Right. Oh, sorry, made a mistake there. Try again.
Oh, 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 oh.
There we go. Right, that's fine. Okay, so let's grab everyone's initiative, please. Starting with Heiman.
22.
22, fantastic. Kallus.
Wow.
21.
Ooh, fancy. Mycure.
13.
13. Mick.
16 again.
16. And Notad.
15.
15, fantastic.
Fuck's sake. Roll like some
Okay.
humans, would you?
So as the Sky Coach starts to pitch and shift forward, you've got maybe we'll say the first round is your reaction to that happening. So Heiman, you're up first. You've seen the valet slump forward over the controls. You can see these creatures flying on discs between the towers towards you, reloading their bows. What do you want to do?
Ooh. Let me have a look at my. I was gonna have a crack at flying the old machinery.
Absolutely fine.
Got at
So-
least steady in it.
Okay, no worries. Do you have proficiency with any kind of vehicles?
Yes, but land vehicles only.
No.
Okay. So if you can go ahead and make me an intelligence check, I'll say add your proficiency onto this, because whilst you're familiar with land vehicles, sky vehicles are a little bit different, but fundamentally vehicle controls you can kind of get the hang of.
Okay, so it was intelligence, was it?
Intelligence plus your proficiency modifier, which should be plus
So that was 18, Tom.
18. Oh,
D&D Beyond, I love you today.
as soon as you grab it, you go, oh, this is just like a boat, but higher up. I've got this. You grab
got it.
hold. You grab hold of the rudder and just pull back, and the Sky Coach just levels out. It sort of brings itself back up and levels, and you can feel that you're now. You're pretty confident you've got control over this. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
I mean, I'd love to know if there was an autopilot sort of.
Doesn't appear to be on this.
Okay, then I will hold it there. I'm just going to hold the ship in place.
Okay, no worries. Kallus, you're up. Mick, you're on deck.
I will cast. What's the range of the furthest one away from us?
So you recognise the creatures are gnolls.
Yeah.
They are, I'd say, probably at this point, maybe about 60 feet away.
Okay. I will, if I can see it, I'll target the one with the bow. I assume they all have bows.
They all have bows,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
In that case, I will target the furthest one away.
Yep.
With magic missile.
Cool.
So that
let's have a
is
look. Spell.
12
missile.
damage. It just auto hits them.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
That's why I chose
12
it, so I can't miss.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of the darts of magical energy, you start to mutter under your breath, and they just sort of appear just over your shoulder, and just like straight across, and just knock this thing. And at this point, you can see it's sort of staggered a little bit, and it's a little unstable on the disc that it's flying on. And as it sort of gets back up, you can see just this trickle of blood coming down from its nose and just mingling in with the fur on its muzzle. Anything else from yourself?
I'm just going to stay
Okay.
put.
No worries. Mick, you're up. Nightad, you're on deck.
All right. I will pull out my bow.
Yep.
Bugger, I should have enchanted that.
I will take a shot at the closest one.
Okay, yep. Roll to hit, please.
That is an 18.
18. Yeah, that hits. So the
And
bow goes loose, finds its mark perfectly on this creature.
5, 7 damage.
7, fantastic. Let's see. So yeah, this the sort of the next one along from the if they're imagine the flying is sort of an inverted V, with the tip of the V being the furthest point back. That's the one that was hit by Kallus. The one on sort of the left hand side of the V. That's the one that you've just hit, and it's now just got this arrow sticking out of its chest.
And then I will take a bonus action to try and hide.
Okay, no worries. If you can just roll me a stealth check, please.
This will be impressive.
Well, yeah, I forgot I got plus bonus on stealth. No, it wasn't that great. It was only a 17.
17, that's fine. Okay.
Saying that I get a plus 6 and I only got 17. Probably not the best roll, but
No, that's fine. You basically the sort of the barding around the edges of the sky coach is it's quite elaborate and it comes up quite a decent way. And you sort of manage to run to the back of the sky coach and just crouch yourself down and hide behind the rear barding, but you do it so fast that none of the gnolls appear to have spotted you. So, no, Ted, you're up. Mike, you're on deck.
How far away from us are they? Sorry.
So at this point, I'd say the furthest one is about 60 feet away. The closest one maybe about 50 feet.
Okay. And we're on this sky ship.
Yep.
I have nothing for ranged attacks. What was Heiman doing a decent job of steering the ship? He was, wasn't he? He was doing all right.
Oh
He
yeah,
didn't really need help.
it's like you look at him and it's like he was born to this.
Right, I see. I really don't know what to do. I have literally. Oh, wait, hang on. Is there anything on fire? Anything nearby on fire?
Not yet.
On fire?
With
Any
the speed,
sort of like torches or anything?
I'd say there's probably some like lanterns and torches on the near to the sort of the edge of the sort of gap between the towers that you're flying through.
And how close is that to the baddies?
How close do you want it to be?
5 feet, preferably.
Conveniently, after one of them was hit by an arrow and one of them was hit by magic bolts, the gnoll on sort of the far right of the formation strayed just within probably about 5 feet of an open barbecue that someone's having on their balcony.
So I would like to cast Control Flames
Yeah.
and expand that flame 5 feet in the direction of one of the bandits or baddies, and it needs provided that there's wood or other fuel, and I'm going to use their bows as said fuel in that new location. So basically, setting one of their
Ooh.
bows on fire.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I'd allow it for creativity, have a point of inspiration.
Nice. Best
yeah.
on the campaign.
So the gnoll on the far right is surprised as they're sort of drawn in by the smell of tasty barbecue food, and a little bit less pleased when all of a sudden the flames leap off the barbecue and ignite their bow and they drop it and watch as it sort of falls in cinders to the ground below, and sort of cursing, they sort of dive down after us to try and recover us.
As my sort of like disengage type thing or bonus, I'd like to just sort of duck at the edge of the boat, I guess. Or I guess the ship sort of got sides.
Yep,
So I'm
that's
just sort of
fine. So
peering over the
if you
top.
move up to the side, that provides you with half cover, so that makes it harder to hit you.
Cool. Fabulous,
Okay.
thank you.
Fantastic. So, Mike, you're up.
Hi. Okay. How close together are they, would you say, in this formation that they're flying in?
I'd say so. Front to back of the formation, probably about 10 foot. Side to side, probably about 15 foot.
So I could catch maybe 2 or 3 of them with a 5-foot radius spell, would you say?
5-foot radius, you'd catch 2 of them. Yeah.
Okay, I cast Snillock Snowball Swarm.
Okay.
Aye.
Please describe for me how Snorlax works.
A flurry of magic snowballs erupts from a point you choose within range. Each creature in a 5-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature
Okay.
takes 3d6 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
What are they looking to beat?
They are looking to beat 14.
Okay. So aiming for basically the dead center of the inverted V, you managed to catch the one at the back and the 2 to the sides of it. The one at the back, not so great. Takes a full hit. The one at the right also takes a full hit. The one on the left, having seen the magic missile and arrow salvo go into the guy in front and behind it, is a little bit quicker off the mark.
Lost you.
So,
Yeah,
am I back?
you are.
Yeah.
mate.
There we go. So if you can roll me 3d6 cold damage, I'll just recap. You
That's
managed
9.
9 total.
9 total.
Okay, so the knoll at the back takes the full brunt of it. There we go. And they are not looking in a well state. The knoll to the right also takes the full brunt, and they are looking pretty badly injured. The knoll to the left is slightly more aware of what's going on. Doesn't take the full hit, but they still take 4 points of damage from that. And so they are injured as well. With that, is there anything else from yourself?
No, I think I'm quite good, thank you.
Okay, no worries. So we're back to the top of the round, and it is Heiman. You've got one hand on the rudder, and the other one is giving out high fives. What are you doing with it?
Is there anything nearby that I can, maybe one of the arrows in the back of the pilot, maybe I can use it to wedge controls in place?
Oh, what is the correct role for MacGyvering the corpse of a valet with an arrow to hold a control in place? Just call it an investigation check. Sorry, no, an intelligence check.
I don't like.
Could I not hand in my quarterstaff?
Well, I've got a 4. I've got a.
Oh no. I thought Em was just tapping that keg and drinking straight out of it then.
Okay.
Just
You look around and you've still got one hand on the controls, and you're looking at the materials you've got in front of you, and you cannot suss out a way to jerry rig the controls to fly straight and true. And as you look up, you can see that you're sort of coming a little bit too close on the left, and you readjust and sort of move the sky coach back towards the middle of the quote unquote road.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna still stand and steer.
Okay, no worries. You are keeping the entire team alive at this point.
Certainly am.
Okay. So next up, we've got Kallus.
How many
Mick, you're on deck.
How many are looking pretty beat up at the moment, or
So
are they all looking pretty
state of
healthy?
play, every one of them has taken a bit of a battering from some source or another. The one furthest back appears to be flagging the most.
Okay. And the things they're flying on, how
Yes.
sturdy do they look?
They, what you can see is just this like disc of arcane energy. Because you used Tensor's disc earlier, you recognise it as being very similar.
Okay. And they're controlling it.
They appear to be basically sky surfing.
Okay, right. I'm just going to target the three most messed up gnolls with Scorching Ray. I'm going to send one ray at each of them.
There's only
Okay.
three of them there.
There's 4.
Oh, is there 4?
Yep.
Whichever ones the three most injured ones are at a very quick glance, or the quickest ones I can see if I can't.
Okay,
judge
so we'll
that.
do this. We'll do this as a sweep then. So starting with the one.
Yep.
So we're targeting the 3 at the back of the
Yep.
V formation. We're starting with the one on the
Yep.
left. If you can roll a ranged spell attack, please.
That's a 17.
That hits. Roll some damage.
That is 8
Okay.
total.
So the first ray of fire shoots out of your hand and streaks across the sky and strikes directly into the gnoll on the left. They are now very preoccupied with trying to put out their armor, which is on fire. Second ray. We're going for a different target.
Yeah.
Okay,
Whichever
cool.
one's
So the next
next.
one along is the one at the furthest back of the V shape. If you can make me another ranged spell attack, please.
That's 16.
16. That hits as well. Roll some damage, please.
Awesome. That is 8 again.
Okay. So as the ray of fire leaps from your hand, it completely just immolates this gnoll at the back of the group.
Lovely.
And just their body bursts into flames and falls, and you can see as their body just tumbles, burning into ashes into the void of the city below, the disc just starts to dissipate. And so we've got the third strike for the next one along the line.
Yep. Which is a 19.
That also hits. Roll some damage, please.
7 this time.
Okay. Again, another one is quite busy, preoccupied with trying to put out the flames. Having successfully dodged the barbecue leap that the guy in front of him had to suffer, they were a little bit cautious about not having their weapons go up in flames. They weren't so much impressed when their entire body went up in flames, rather than just the bow, which they were taking extreme care to look out for. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. That's it. Thank you.
No worries. Right, Mick, you're up. No, Ted, you're on deck.
Woohoo.
So I take it one of these is looking pretty near enough fucked by now.
So you've got three gnolls left chasing you. They're sort of in a broken part of the V formation. The one on the left is currently got an arrow sticking out of the chest, and the 2 behind him are on fire, basically.
I'll just take another shot at the one that's already got an arrow in him.
Cool, that's fine. Roll to attack with advantage because you are striking from stealth.
Oh my.
Sneak attack.
What's my plus? I've forgotten. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Does that not make it a crit?
No,
know he's
because
taking a turn.
they got surprise on you
Yeah, bastard.
by killing the
was
valet.
Bastards.
Either way, right, where's the D6?
Yep.
That is an 8 damage.
Excellent. And you would get your sneak attack bonus on that because you attack with advantage.
Yeah, did I?
Yep.
Do it. Finish him.
So that's an extra 9 damage on top.
Okay, so 17 damage in total.
Nice.
Yeah, you basically just like popped up from behind a barding and just bullseyed this gnoll. So hard that he flies off of his disc, and the guy behind him on fire just about has enough time to adjust position and move out the way to avoid being knocked out of the sky by another dead gnoll. At this point, both of the on-fire gnolls have just managed to like extinguish their armor, look at each other, shake their heads, and break off the pursuit.
Yeah.
So with that, we are now out of combat. And still in control of the Sky Coach. Heiman, at this point, you can see the tower that represents the Terminus Lightning Rail Station. And you see at the top of it is this large platform, crowded with various peoples of different races, that functions as like a sort of dock terminal for Sky Coaches. You can see them sort of parking and picking up passengers and then moving on, and then people going off to the station below. There is a empty spot if you want to try and park it on there.
I would love to have a go.
Okay.
Can
no
I help
worries.
him?
That's fine. Yeah, you can do you can basically like guide him in from the prow of the Sky Coach. So Heiman, if you can make me a we'll call this a Dex sleight of hand check with advantage because you're being helped by Kallus.
Can I start hovering on the floor just in case?
Well,
Or can I
that-
just like?
Find my feather token.
Can I?
You might
No,
want to.
can I just start flying? I can start flying.
With advantage, I got 9.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm flying. Fuck this.
Uh-oh.
No.
Where's my feather fall?
So,
How many people can I cast this on?
can I get all of you to make dexterity saving throws, please?
Oh no.
Oh shit.
What's my saving throw? Oh, that's trash
saving
as well.
throw.
Oh,
no,
11.
that's awful.
11.
Yep.
Yeah, same.
Oh fucking hell! I got 6.
I got 14.
Yep.
I would like to use tempestuous magic though, please.
Okay, remind me what tempestuous magic does.
As a bonus action, I can cause gusts of air to surround me before or after I cast a spell of first level or higher that allows me to fly up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah! I'm flying, baby!
Bedrock
Okay.
just floating in the air.
Yeah.
So,
Mecha
as
Jesus.
even with Kallus's guidance, Heiman is like, "Oh yeah, I can totally sail a ship." It's at that point it occurs to you you've never actually like
Fuck.
docked a boat.
Correct.
Like you're perfectly fine when they're in motion. You can steer them, you can speed them up, you can slow them down, but you've never actually had to like stop them on a point. So you effectively just kind of like handbrake turn this thing into the docking platform
J10 in a boat.
and just
Hell yeah.
pitch the thing over and just dispense the
Oh,
entire the entire crew and the dead valet onto the platform at the top of the tower.
If he
Which
doesn't
is
yell like a glove, he's done it wrong.
met with
Yeah.
shocks and alarm from the various occupants and peoples on the top of the tower there.
Well, let me tell you, Mr. Phoenix, that landing of yours was less than splendid.
My apologies, Master. I seem to be a bit rusty in the old ship manoeuvring.
See to it that you're not next time.
I will try harder. Thank you for your kind words.
Following this constructive criticism from your master, you hear a whistle from the platform below. There's basically a big spiral staircase that runs around the outside of this tower down to a platform, and you can see the lightning train, which is effectively just a train, but with like big arc lightning generators underneath it that floats on a rail track. You hear a whistle blowing, and you hear a conductor's voice amplified magically saying, "Last call for those alighting to Rote. Last call, train to Rote leaving in 2 minutes."
Can we get down there in 2 minutes?
If
Or
you,
can we jump? If it's you said it was below us, right?
it is directly below you. Yes, yeah.
How far below is it?
Um,
Can I fly down there?
Is it less than 60 feet?
I would say. It's more than 60 feet.
Oh.
Fuck.
It's fine.
That's no
I
bueno.
thought it
Save your tokens. Let's go.
What? We're just
have-
jumping?
I have Featherfall. I can cast it on 5 people.
No, I thought. Oh. Oh, you have another spell that's also the same thing.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Well,
Let's go.
You all
let's.
hold hands and jump.
I dig the hold hand.
The power of
Sure,
friendship.
let's do that.
Is that
Yeah,
what
I
this
cast
is?
Featherfall as soon as we start.
The
Okay.
power of friendship.
I will.
On
Yeah.
everyone.
The power of friendship. You all hold hands and just leap off the side of the tower. There is like one scream from a noblewoman behind you who's got completely the wrong idea of what's going on here. But you all gracefully glide down the side of the tower to various shouts of disbelief and astonishment.
Relax, fair noble lady. It is merely a leap of faith.
As you fall, you just hear like one porter just goes, "Not a faith I'd follow," and just carries on pushing some baggage up the ramp. As
I
you
don't get what he means. What does he mean by that?
as you land on the platform below, you can because I was going to say, even with Featherfall, it's probably taking you a fair bit of time. You can see the last few people just hurrying onto the train at this point. So you've now made it onto the platform. The train, I'd say, is probably about 30 seconds away from leaving.
I'm gonna have to read my notes
Run.
now. Do we want to get on this? Just
I think so.
was that what we're? Because I know this is what he's using to move stuff around. But do we just want to get on it? Cool.
Yeah, let's do it. It's there.
Oh, we got 30
In here.
seconds, I guess. Why
Are we
the hell not?
riding
All
a
in favour,
train?
run.
Yeah, let's go. We haven't
Okay,
got time, otherwise.
Mr. Phoenix,
Yes, sir.
our journey is aboard this train.
Then I shall jump on.
Quite so.
Okay. So you managed to jump on towards the back of the train. During your fall, you did have time to observe the train itself. And you can see that it's approximately 10 cars long. There is the engine at the front. Then there's the first class car, a galley car, a dining car, 2 standard cars, 2 sleeper cars, a steerage car, and a cargo car. Unsurprisingly, you've managed to jump into the steerage car. So you are towards the back of the train at this point. And as you manage to get on, the doors sort of close behind you. You can feel this sort of lurch as the arc generators underneath just sort of crackle to life and start pulling the train along on this suspended track.
Boys.
So, from the position you're in the steerage car. You've got the cargo car behind you, at the very rear, and in front of you are the sleeper cars heading towards the engine.
Huh.
Well, they mentioned they had a first class ticket, so I guess we want to go for the first class car.
We look like first class people.
Okay. So
I
you're in
changed
like
my robe.
Yeah.
first class.
So you're in like cheap seats at the moment, and as you make your way forward along the train, what's the obviously it's still a train you're trying to work your way through. So who's up front?
What-
Because
what
you're
was
going
that,
to.
Up where?
So you're basically going to have to go single file through this train. So who's in the front?
I shall
Who's
go
in-
first.
I would like to go. I would like to go first, if that's okay, just because I don't like not being able to see where I'm going, and as I'm smaller than everyone else, that happens often.
That's fine. I
Okay.
mean, Hyman, if you want to go at the front with Notad, I wouldn't be averse to you just like putting him into a papoose.
Okay.
I'm okay with
Ah.
this. I am not proud. Like I'm not overly
Okay,
against
right.
my height.
In the interest of time, Hyman, you managed to fashion a papoose and strap
And I shall
Notad to your
follow
chest.
my servant.
Oh dear.
I'll be at the back,
Okay.
pickpocketing as I go.
So then we've got.
Oh, you pickpocketed.
I'm a criminal, man. On a train full of people packed in steerage.
Mike, your second. We've got Mick at the back. And then we've got Michael and Kallus in the middle. Okay, cool. So as you make your way through the train, Hyman and Notad, you are as you get through the second sleeper car, you're immediately approached by one of the guards. It's like, tickets, please.
Certainly.
Tickets, people. Mike,
I was
got the
holding the
tickets.
ticket. Here you are,
We'll
Mr.
pass it
Guard.
forwards.
What exactly are you handing over?
A
Holding over
ticket.
the first class ticket that I got from the Mr. Knoll.
No, the ogre had the first class ticket. I don't think we've got any
Yeah.
tickets, have we?
They look at the piece of
Did I
paper
not
you've
get
handed
first
and
class
go.
ticket?
They look at the piece of paper and go, "Well, this is a receipt for one
For a
first class
Bennigan's.
ticket, and by my count, there are 5 of you."
Will I have pickpocketed any on the way, by any chance?
Well, there's actually only really one of us, and that is Mr. Michael here, and we are his entourage. We count as one.
Oh, I see. You all fit onto
Oh,
the same
yeah.
seat, do you?
No, they don't use seats. They tend to
We
just
can
sit on the
try.
floor, really.
We're here on
Right.
behalf of Alden I can't even say it. Lyrandar.
Mr. Dalaran!
You're killing me
And
with that Dalaran thing, because that's all I can think now.
I see.
And the city watch.
The
We
city
are law
watch.
enforcement.
You and he like sort of looks at you in the
Great.
papoose and looks at Hyman and
Hey.
goes, "You're with the city watch."
Do
Who's got
not
the
let
writ?
this papoose fucking
Would someone
make
please show him the writ?
assumptions,
Yeah, who's got
okay?
that thing?
I've
Is it
got the writ.
Mick?
Yeah,
Mick,
Mick,
get up
whilst you've been at the back, can you just make me a dex sleight of hand check just to see how pilferous you've been?
22.
22.
Oh god.
That's
Ooh,
fine.
damn.
Yeah. Not only have you managed to grab yourself six gold coin worth of stuff, you've also got yourself a very very nice looking pocket watch.
Oh, excellent.
Tidy.
Mick, get the note thing you've got there.
I'll just
Get it
hand
up
them
here.
Yes, the guard here needs to see our writ. For apparently he doesn't believe the word of a robot.
Yes, he's a papoosist.
Oh my god. What is that?
So he takes a look at the writ and goes, "Well, there seems to be an order, but we will be checking this out at the next station."
And what station is that again, pray tell?
It's first tower.
Right.
And what is your name?
Christopher.
Right,
Why do I feel
Christopher.
that you're lying to me? This feels like a
Hmm.
lie. Why are you lying to me, Mr. Guard?
And Mike doesn't do lying very well, so if he thinks you're lying, then
At this point,
bad
the guard
times.
just sort of leans back and grabs like a speaking tube and goes, Attention guard staff. We appear to have 5, checks the writ. 5 special investigators
madam.
acting on behalf of the Sharn City Watch. Let them pass.
Why?
Don't
Why would you
engage them.
announce that to the train?
Please tell me you didn't just announce that to the train.
No. Just to the guard staff.
Right. Okay. Thank God. For
What?
That. So it's gone out.
Are
Because it's gone out on the
you
tannoy.
thinking?
That's what I thought he was doing. It's just the tannoy.
Hello,
Just see
ladies
an
and
ogre
gentlemen. We'd
leap
like
out
to
the
announce to
window.
you today that we've got 5 special agents doing a special task, and so please be aware that they may be investigating you. Thank
You
you.
just
Goodbye.
want to carry on your way, and the rest of the staff will let you along. But we
Thank
will
you,
be
Christopher.
checking that writ when we get to first tower.
How accommodating of you, Christopher.
Yeah, you gotta be
That
careful.
isn't your real name,
Have a good day.
Mr.
Thank
Truth
you,
Shirker.
Christopher.
So you gotta be careful of thieves.
I've got my eyes on you.
Okay. So with
Nobody
that-
lies to Mike your bedrock twice.
You pass through the 2 sleeper cars, the 2 standard cars, the dining car, which a couple of people eating just stand up and just sort of look up at you and go, "Ooh, unusual," and then get back to their food. You go through the galley car, and you come to the door for the first class car. Mick, can you make me another Dex sleight of hand check, please?
Oh, not so good. Oh, actually, still 20.
Okay, cool.
Not so good.
Fucking
That's
rude.
fine.
Just 20.
I rolled
Uh,
a 16. And I was like, oh, no, I really get a +4.
Yeah, no. Some quick handiwork gets you another 10 gold.
Just making bank off this train, isn't he? Ah, rich people.
Okay, so Heiman and Papoose Notad, you are
Yep.
now
Yes.
at the door to the first class car, and as you look through the door, you can see about an 8-foot tall, very muscular woman with tusks jutting up from a protruding jaw. And she's just sort of lounging on a couch, facing the doorway in a very luxurious first-class car with a copy of the Sharn Inquisitive newspaper open. You can see on a small table just to the side there is a battle axe, and she's got her feet resting up on a wooden chest. There are various small tables with foods and bottles of spirits nearby, and you can see that the on the door there is a sign that says "Reserved for private function."
Is she behind the door?
So she's on the other side
Or
of the
we
door.
can...
She seems to be completely occupied reading the paper at the moment. Has not noticed that there's anyone at the door itself. The door's got like a big glass window.
Oh, okay. Can I jump out the papoose?
Yes, yep, that is a free
Open-
action to
open,
de-papoose yourself.
Yes, open the door
Yep.
and sidle up to said lady and say, "All right, sweetheart. Nice tusks you got there."
Oh no.
Let's call this just a straight charisma check, please.
A schmooze test.
Who?
While she's
Schmooze
distracting, can I
test.
try and sneak
All of
in
us?
and remove the battle axe?
Is this all of us?
So at the moment
Alright.
it's just no. So the rest of you are like still single file in the corridor.
Oh, okay.
These cursed dice are definitely back in fashion.
Kristen,
I got a 5.
Okay, so she just sort of like folds
Right.
down one corner of the newspaper and looks over at you. And says,
All right, darling.
"This is a private car."
And we can do private things together.
He says from his papoose.
No, I'm out the papoose. I got out the papoose.
You thought
I
it would be
made sure
easier
to
to
get
hit
out the
on someone
papoose.
whilst not attached to an elf.
Yeah. I
That's a
made sure
wise.
I got out the papoose before
That's
flirting.
a wise choice. They kind of like peer over the top of the newspaper.
You're meant
and,
to be
like,
playing. Sorry, I find this complete. You're out of character. You're meant to be playing a man. A man wouldn't worry about that before hitting on someone.
What, jumping out the
Just
papoose?
attached to him.
Just-
Papoose me
You fart
closer.
me
Ladies like height.
I was gonna say,
I'm
why
searching for the
Isn't she like
papoosey.
5 times the size of
I'm
you?
in it for the papoosey.
Yeah. I'm 3
Oh,
foot 2.
God. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Take your inspiration and get
Don't
it.
encourage him. Stop encouraging him.
why she's distracting said ogre troll whatever the fuck she is. Can I try and sneak in and
Tusk lady.
remove the battle axe?
Yeah, describe how exactly you're sneaking in, because you're at the back of the queue in a single file line that is 4 people deep to the door.
Tell those fuckers to move out the way.
I would
It's
like
not how
to
that's
say to her.
I'll let you do it
just
if you could explain to me how you're doing it. I then need to work out what I need to get you to roll for it.
Well, I'll get those guys to move out the way. The door's
Yep.
already open,
Yep.
so I'll sneak in under the chairs.
Yeah, like
Avoid-
bearing in mind she's looking at me that's 3 foot 2. So she's already looking down.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
even sat in a chair, she's still looking down at you.
Only from the corner of a newspaper. I could get round. It'd be fine.
All right, I'm gonna say
a high
roll me
Yeah.
a stealth check, but I'm gonna say
Be like 18 or something.
Disadvantage.
I'm not gonna say disadvantage, but it's gonna be a very high roll that's gonna be required on this.
It's a good job I did terrible then, isn't it?
Oh god.
What did you get?
Can I
14.
14. Yeah, as you sort of managed to you managed to get past the people in front of you, all right? So you managed to get past Kallus and Mike and sneak between Heiman's legs. But as you do, you sort of overcompensate a little bit and just like knock a bowl of fruit over as you're trying to sneak behind a chair.
Sneaky.
So at this point,
I'm gonna-
the half ogre just kind of folds down the newspaper entirely and just catches your eye and is like, "What is going on here?"
What is
Sorry,
some
is
fruit?
your name Stevie Nicks? Because I could be Lindsay Buckingham because you've got tusks.
Well,
That
No.
is
Alright, carry
tenuous.
on. Ah, I tried.
I feel
I've been
ugly.
thinking of that for ages.
No, but I mean, if you like Nyx,
Why
I
don't
can give you a
I?
few with this, and in one smooth movement, just picks up the battle axe and looks at you and says, "You've got about 3 seconds to explain why you're here before I start swinging."
Just liked what I saw. That's it. That's all I'm here for. No?
I don't
Not-
believe you.
Not feeling it?
I'm sorry.
I'm just an opportunist that was trying to steal fruit.
Well, look. This is a very nice car. It's a very expensive car, and I've been paid very well to take a day out of my busy schedule to ride along in it. How about I give you 100 gold and you leave me alone?
You got on what? Sorry,
To
you
leave,
went.
you,
Have you
to
got
leave you
what,
alone.
sorry?
I will give you, and she pulls like a pouch from her waist and goes, "I'll give you 100 gold pieces for you and your fruit thief and your friends in the hallway to just go away and forget
We're
you
those
saw
lads.
me."
How much we being
I will
paid for this
gladly accept, and we will back out said carriage whilst bowing.
I'm sorry. I find that behavior less than splendid.
Okay, so she tosses the coin purse to Notehead, and both Notehead and Mick start to back out of the room.
I stride forward and I cast
Oh god.
color spray point blank in
Oh
her face.
no!
Okay.
Would've got the
Everyone
100
roll
gold,
initiative
though.
then, please.
Ah. Let me add my 100 gold there because that's important.
Oh, that's trash. I shouldn't have used that dice. This dice has been better using this one.
Oh, good.
Oh, shitting hell.
What have you done?
What have I done?
Okay. So, where are we? And it's going to be... Oh, come on. Stupid fat fingers. Okay. Heiman, what'd you get?
I got 7.
Oh, that's unusual for you.
Tell me
Kallus,
about it.
10.
still dealing with papoose fatigue. Michael,
Oh, 9.
Mick,
I did ever so well with the nat 1, so 3.
Beautiful.
Oh dear.
and Notad.
I also got a nat 1, so 4.
Okay.
Jesus. Do I start first? Because I started it by casting a spell.
You did, yep. 2 seconds.
Oh.
Dix, where's that gone? Oh, I've completely balked that. I'm ever so sorry. Can I just get you to read those out again, please? Starting
Sure.
with Heiman.
7.
Kallus,
10.
Michael,
9.
Mick,
3
and Notad.
is muted, but it was 4.
Okay, thank
4,
you.
thank you. I said
Okay.
4.
Oh, that's my own fault for having fat fingers, apparently. Okay. So, yeah. Michael, you get the
Surprise attack.
Surprise attack with, was it colour spray, did you say?
Second level color spray, yes.
Okay. If you can just inform me as to how that works, please.
A dazzling array of flashing colored light springs from my hand. Roll 6d10. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from you are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures and creatures that can't see.
Okay.
Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature is affected by this spell is blinded until the end of my next turn.
Okay, that's fine.
I've also used second level, which means I can roll an additional 2d10.
Okay,
this
so if you
spell.
can go ahead and roll as many
a lot of
d10 as that
D10s.
ridiculous spell.
Aren't Mick and I in front of him?
63, baby!
Wow.
Aren't Mick and I in front of?
Hot
No,
damn.
you backed out. You backed out.
Did we back out enough?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
strode
it-
forward.
I
Yeah,
strode
you-
forward
yeah,
and
you
I went point blank.
You
And
definitely backed
Christ.
out enough. Okay, so
63 damage, please.
God damn, is it 63 damage?
Yeah.
63 hit points. Yeah, 63 hit points.
Is the
in a
total amount
cone.
right? So okay, so the total is the amount of hit points the creatures the spell can affect.
Yes.
The effect
Subtract
is
each creature's hit point from the total before moving on to the creature
Yeah.
with the next lowest hit points.
okay. So you rolled a 63.
Yes.
Let's just double check
Indeed.
how much health Gara has.
Definitely blinded. Well, actually, does she have more than that?
That's one shot death. Right, anyway,
Oh,
Well,
no,
it
it's
just
fine.
blinds them, though, doesn't it? It
Sir.
doesn't actually deal damage. Though.
No, it blinds them if their health total is less than 63. You know what? Yeah, she's blinded. She is completely
Maybe now
blind
she'll
until the
find-
start of the next until Mike, yours next turn.
Cool.
Okay. Anything else from yourself?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so we're going to initiative order now. Notad, you're up. Kallus, you're on deck.
Wait, why is Notad up next? She got a 4. He got a 4.
Apparently, I just balked the entire initiative order on everything.
It should be Kallus, then myself, then
Wait, I got
Heiman.
highest.
You got
thinks-
10.
Yeah, for some reason I bumped
Wow.
Notad
10
up the
was our
initiative order.
highest.
So, Kallus, you're up. Mike, you're on deck.
Okay. I'm running out of spell slots, so I am just going to cast Mind Sliver.
Cool.
Need to make an intelligence saving throw of DC 14
Yep.
or take 1d6 damage.
They failed.
Awesome. That is a grand total of 3. But on their next turn, if they have to make, until my next turn, if they need to make a saving throw, they need to subtract 1d4 from it.
That's fine. No worries. Anything else from yourself?
Nope.
Okay,
That is
so
all.
now we're up to Mike. Heiman, you're on deck.
Hi. So, cool. So I'm going to use Magic Missile.
Yep.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No?
Tell a lie. I tell a lie. I am going to use Chill Touch.
Okay, yep. That's fine. You've already stepped forward into the carriage, so
Yep.
go for it.
I create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature to assail it with the Chill of the Grave. On
Go
a
for
hit,
it.
the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage.
Okay, so roll to hit, please.
Okay. And it can't. Well, it seems like. Yeah. Just roll to hit. How do I do that?
It's just a spell attack.
Oh, okay. 23. Got it.
Yep, that definitely hits. Roll me
Cool.
up some necrotic damage, please.
Okay. Can I also twin this spell using my sorcerer trait?
I think so. Roll the damage first of all for the
Gotcha.
first
Gotcha.
hit that
Gotcha.
definitely hit. Let me just double check if it is a twinnable spell.
It is 7.
Okay, so she definitely takes 7 damage. What level do you say you were casting that at? First level?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip.
Yes.
You can twin it, but I think you have to target a second
You
creature.
yeah, it would have to be targeted against a second creature.
Oh, so I can't stack it. Okay, cool.
Yep.
No, that's fine.
No, cool.
Gotcha.
That's
Gotcha.
fine, but regardless, 7 necrotic damage to the half
Yep.
ogre.
Yes, and they also cannot regain hit points until the start of next turn.
Ooh, okay, so they are disoriented.
They are
AF.
cursed to hell.
They are
Okay.
blind and unable to heal.
Blind, unable to heal. They're at disadvantage for something. Was it
1d4 off a
That's
saving
it.
throw.
Yep. They are not in a good way. So, Heiman, you're up. Mick, you're on deck.
Gonna have a bad time.
So I'm gonna move into melee range.
Yep. Do I sense a pummeling coming on?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Okay.
So I'm going to go for an unarmed strike,
Yep.
and that was a 17 hit.
Okay. Do you want to just re-roll the hit dice for me,
Yeah, do I?
just in case you get any higher?
16.
Okay. Well, we'll take the 17 then. So that hits.
Okay. And that does 6 damage.
Yep.
And then as my bonus action, Tom,
Yep.
I'm going to do a predictable flurry of blows.
Cool. Roll me another hit, please.
15.
Yep.
Is that hit or not?
That hits.
So that does 7 damage.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use one key to use my open hand technique for that.
Yep.
Well, no, it doesn't use a key, does it? It's just and I want to do the dexterity saving. So it needs to do a DC 12.
Yep. At disadvantage, which they
It's
fail.
just 1d4 off, actually.
Disadvantage
I
because
wish-
they're blind. Oh no, they
Oh.
can't see. They automatically fail that check. Yep.
So that's full prone then.
Yep. So they're on the floor.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
And then I'm going to do my second flurry blows attack, which has got a hit of 19.
Okay.
Does
You do
damage.
get advantage on that, so if you want to reroll and try for a 20.
Reroll what?
Reroll it. You get advantage because they're prone.
Tidy.
So you can go
Oh.
for the 20.
I got 23.
Yep, definitely hits. Was that a nat 20 or a dirty 20?
Nah, dude.
Okay, definitely hits. Roll me up some damage, please.
And then that did a damage of 5.
Okay. So you come sweeping in, and whilst this half ogre is currently blinded by like coloured spray and is like partially frozen, you first of all straight up smack them in the jaw, and then with your fists moving like lightning, pummel them in the guts, knocking them to the floor, and then bring down a swift strike directly onto their jaw. And they are completely just mullered onto the floor at this point. As you stand up and ready for your next attack, you hear this amplified voice from outside the carriage going, "Give it up, Gara. We've got you." As you look outside, you see 2 sky coaches, one either side, with these flashing blue and red crystals on the sides. And you can see standing on the prow of one of them, pipe in hand, smoking away quite happily, is Sergeant Vilroy.
Hmm.
Whee!
So, we're going to,
She's the lady from the first bit.
out of combat now. I'm just going to quickly montage the next section. So the train is brought to a stop, and Gara and the Sharn watch make their way on board and find the, some might say excessively apprehended Gara, the Darsk half-ogre lieutenant. She is manacled and led away. You've all sort of taken seats in this first-class
But why
car.
would she need to see better?
Well, you've all taken seats in the first-class car and have sort of started helping yourself to the various nibbles that are on offer there. And Vilroy sort of dismisses the rest of the guards from the carriage and picks up the chest and says, "Well, not exactly orthodox or approved, but results."
And not flagrantly illegal.
So balancing the chest on one knee, throws a coin purse to each of you containing 50 gold.
Excellent.
Wonderful. How is Cole?
I don't know. Cole was left in the care of some of my deputies, and we haven't heard anything from them.
I see.
But you can be sure to be hearing something from our associated acquaintance sometime soon. And they pull up their sleeve ever so slightly, and you see on their left forearm is very briefly illuminated a magical tattoo with the sign of the Boromar clan, which then fades as they roll their sleeves down. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Interesting.
Nice.
That's a good job they stepped in before I got a chance. I was going to murder the bitch.
There would have been a certain amount of murder, I feel, had you got to them in time. But yes, that brings us to the end of tonight's session. My thanks once again for everyone for joining in and listening in on chat. It is very good to be back and doing this again, even if I apparently have forgotten how to type anything. So,
Good to be back, Dice Roll fans.
we're back, babies. So, next session will be on Sunday, the 31st of January. We'll be back same time, about 7:30. Until then, stay safe, stay home, wear a mask, wash your hands, do all the necessary things, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.